All right, so I don't really plan on being here for a long time, so I'm pretty sure people will catch this when they just so happen to catch it. Um, the main reason that I'm talking about this is due to the fact of what took place. So the image that you're able to see in front of you is that of a teen and a teacher, right? Specifically, a black woman teacher and a black female student. And there's a variety of things that have been stated that, oh, the girl's parent, her mother is like deceased, and supposedly some things were said where the student got offended, right? And never in my life have I ever seen adults, grown individuals, try to justify why it is okay for a student to ever hit a teacher. I've never seen this before ever in my life because at one point in time, people used to sit up there and state that, oh yeah, the I'm 100% behind the teacher. The student is wrong. This should have been handled differently. And I literally go directly online and I'm looking at grown individuals stating that, oh well, the teacher should have never said what she said about the girl's parents, and don't nobody realistically know what was specifically stated. All they know is that something was stated. Now, from what some other people have stated, right, in a sense we could just take it as hearsay. You have some people that stated that the teacher made a response saying that, well, the way that you're acting, I'm pretty sure your mother would not be okay with it. And when I think about that, I'm like, nothing within that is coming out of any type of hate, any type of anger. It's not a disparaging comment. It's basically stating that you, as a young black girl who is a student in this school, the way that you're acting, your mannerisms are not becoming. And I'm pretty sure that your mother did not raise you in that manner. Now, when I look at it again from that aspect, I don't see anything wrong. But again, people added in that her mother had passed recently. Now, to my knowledge, usually what takes place in schools is that the upper echelon, right, the higher ups in school, the superintendent, the principal, those individuals may know of a passing of a student's parent. Nine times out of 10, teachers aren't going to know. So if the teacher did happen to say something, yet again, she didn't know. She's assuming that obviously the parent is still alive and living, is still here. Again, at no point in time is it justifiable for the student to lay hands, to kick, or whatever she wanted to do to that teacher. And also, I might want to add this as well, just in case some people didn't know. The teacher ended up breaking her leg during this whole altercation. Let me repeat that one more time. The teacher ended up breaking her leg during that altercation. And I also want to note this as well. When you happen to see the video, the full video, because I'm only playing a little bit of a segment, I have both part one and part two of those clips directly on the IG page for those of you who know of the IG page. The videos are there; they're already listed, so there's no mishaps there, like what has happened previously before. Um, I want to say the teacher did her best job not to lay hands on the student. The student was the one. I don't care what the teacher basically said about the parent. That's an adult conversation. That's for an adult to deal with another adult about. The student should have taken her young behind directly to the principal. She could have just stormed out of the class, went to the principal's office, and let them know exactly what it was, and the parents would have been called, and then a conversation would have been had or scheduled. That's how the situation should have been handled. But for whatever reason, this girl thought she was big and bad. She wanted to act like a lot of the gangsters out here. She wanted to act like a lot of thugs out here. She wanted to act like some of the criminals out here. And she wants to do what? Be in her emotions. And she wants to accost a teacher. The same exact things that I've stated when I've dealt with videos of young black men, I'm going to sit up here and say here. At any point in time that these young black girls decide that they want to haul off and be too emotional, and this is the main thing that a lot of guys have talked about, a lot of men have talked about, with women and young women and girls being emotional, not being able to control themselves, this is a clear-cut example of what it is that men talk about. So to try to make it seem as though women are not emotional, that women know how to control all of their faculties, regardless of the situation, yeah, that's falling on deaf ears here. That's falling on deaf ears. And the main thing that I've said about young black men or black men in general, whenever they want to emotionally lash out and they shouldn't be, put them in jail. Throw her in jail. Make sure she has a record. So now she's a part of the system. She's now a part of that ever revolving door. Why? Because she did this to herself. I don't know who her mother is. I don't know if her mother is alive. I don't know if her mother's. I don't know if her mother's in limbo. Realistically, I don't even care. Just to be honest, I don't care because it's not for me to actually care. The point that needs to be looked at here is the teachings. And it's the main things that I've talked about with black women before, because black women have always got on black men like, oh, the reason that we have so much crime in the black community is because of our black men and the young black boys, and they don't know how to treat us, and they always abuse us, and they always do this, and they always do that. If black men would step up, if black men would actually be present, if black men would actually be teachers, if black men would actually be fathers, then none of this crime would exist. That's a lot of, the main things that I've heard, even on my channel underneath a lot of the videos that I've posted. Everything has always been blame the black man, blame the black man, blame the black man, blame the black man, blame the black man. And the main thing that I've told people before is at the moment of time that you decide that you want to keep the focus on and you want to throw all, you want to disregard all the information that men are telling you, and you don't want to take accountability or responsibility for the things that you specifically as a woman have control over, that's when things are going to start to slide. And as the days have been going by, I've been showing y'all more and more videos of black women accosting other black women, jumping other black women, shooting other black women, fighting other black women, taking black women's lives, stealing from black women. You're not going to be able to tell me as a black man, oh, it's the reason that black women are acting like this is because the lack of black men that are in the community to basically lay a stable foundation down so that these girls don't act so emotional. Nah, we ain't doing that, Chief. We're not doing that. Because the main thing that I have been told is that black women are capable and able to do everything by themselves, either if they want to or just because the responsibility was dropped directly on their shoulders. So you're not going to sit up here, you're not going to roll up and tell me that the reason that this black girl struck a black woman, somebody that looks like her, somebody's skin tone that is reflective of her, you're not going to tell me that that's a black man's fault. You're not going to tell me that's the fault of the absentee father. No. Because the main thing that I've always talked about is that you have a lot of absentee black mothers here. Just like y'all like to sit up there and say like, oh, well, just because you're a father and you're physically there doesn't mean you're mentally there. It's the same thing for a lot of these black mothers out here. Because too many black mothers are like, oh, I want to live my best life. You done got like 79 kids out here. You talking about these kids holding you back. These kids holding you back when you should have held back from allowing all of those men to insert themselves into you. That's what you should have been holding back. But now you want to blame the kids for the reason why it is that you can't live your best life. Now you're in competition with your daughter. Now you're in the same dating pool with your daughter, trying to go after the same type of men when you should be going after, right, the men of your age. But yet the men of your age don't want you because they understand and see exactly what and who you are. So you want to try to get over on that and try to skip past all of that and go towards somebody who don't actually understand the game and understand where everything is. That's crazy. AKA Stella got a groove back. Like I said, but nobody wants to go there. Nobody wants to touch on those things. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the absentee, the physical absentee mothers that are physically there but not mentally there. And that lead to their daughters acting like this. This young girl is a reflection of what is out here right now and what has been a persistent thing in the black community. Like I said, I've talked about how it is that when you have no fathers, when you have no black men, in a sense, monitoring the young black boys, how things can sit up there and turn out. You can listen to the music, you can see it through media, you can see it in real life, or in some instances, you can even see it through family. You can look at small kids and basically see what a difference could make if that father was there or if a positive black male role model was there. This is what it looks like when you don't have positive female black role models there in order to keep these girls in line. And when I bring this up, the main things that I hear from women is like, oh, well, you can't talk to these girls because they always want to fight and, they always argumentative. Yeah, like you. This is the whole aspect that you're talking about. You don't want to talk to them because they're hard to talk to. They're argumentative. They're ready to fight. This is the same thing that you've heard a lot of black men say about black women. So this is that reflection. And I told people this, that the children out here are a reflection of the adults. That's all it is. The reason why the kids are broken is because the adults are broken. So you got broken individuals wanting to go out here and procreate, creating broken things. How does that work? How does that work? Never in my life would I sit up there and decide to buy a product from a factory that I know that specifically makes broken things. Why? That makes no sense. I would want something that's going to be whole, right? But this also goes into the same aspect as hurt people hurt people. So because a lot of the parents out here are still hurt, more specifically, a lot of the black women out here are still hurt, still going through pain, still ain't do no therapy, no type of counseling, still ain't talk it out, still ain't send all of that animosity and that energy towards the individual that broke them, that made them the woman that they are right now. You pass that on to your daughter because you never healed. Because you stay broken and you want to stay broken, because the main thing that you hear a lot of black women say, like, oh, I'm independent. I don't need no help. I'm the man and the woman. No man can do anything for me that I can't do for myself. So this is why you have a lot of dudes stepping back and be like, yo, you got it. You say that you're independent. You say that you're a champion. You say that you got it. So you got it. You want to walk around sitting up there carrying 10 grocery bags after umpteen dudes and ask you, hey, ma'am, do you need help? You want me to carry this to your car? No, I got it. I don't need your help. No, thank you. Like I said, you brought it on yourself, and then you want to turn around and complain, talking about, yo, I'm tired, I'm weary, this, that, and the third. Well, guys have tried to help you. Guys have tried to send you a message by smoke signal, by Jesus himself, but you neglected to pay attention to any of that. You turned down all of that. Even God himself sent you men to try to help you, to relieve a lot of that pressure and a lot of that stress, and you still said no. But you wonder why your life is the way it is. You wonder why you're emotionally imbalanced. You wonder why you can't find a relationship that you want to be in. You wonder why you're not married. You wonder why men coming in and out of your life. And you wonder why your kids are so destructive and chaotic. It's because of you. I've been telling black women for a long time, it's only going to be so long that you're going to be able to do this tired story of trying to consistently keep blaming black men. It's going to be a point in time where black men ain't going to be here. It's going to be just you. Remember the story of the Native Americans when the Europeans first came here? What did the Europeans do? They introduced smallpox, right? They started learning the language of the natives. And they started sending little whispers. They started causing those divides and amongst the tribes and the groups. And then once that happened and people weren't seeing eye to eye, you already had the natives fighting other natives naturally. But then when the Europeans came around, they were really sitting up there fighting. So because everybody was sitting there fighting, they didn't see the real enemy that was amongst them. So then guess what? You had smallpox come in. And once that wasn't enough, what did the Europeans do? The men specifically went after the men and the young boys in those tribes, took them out. And what did that do? The wall was down, meaning that there was no protection for the women, meaning any and everything could sit up there and transpire and happen. And then what happened to the Native American people? They ceased to exist. So again, for a lot of those black women that want to sit up there and continuously say that, oh, we're the strongest of the strongest. We've always been the forefront. We've been uplifting this and uplifting that. We've been. All right. So when that enemy shows up at that door, that means that you're going to be able to fight them and knock them down, right? Because you are both the man and the woman. You are the strength of the whole nation. You are stronger than the men themselves. That means that you should be able to fight every single enemy. That means at no point in time can you ever be a victim. That also means that if you are the strongest of the strongest, ain't nobody coming to help you because you are so strong. Like I said before, when Superman had to fight Doomsday, who came to help Superman? Nobody. And I'm not talking about the movie that just came out where you had Batman, Wonder Woman. I'm not talking about that DC universe. I'm talking about in the comic books. Go look it up if you don't know the reference point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is in the death of Superman, Superman had his greatest battle that he ever had to physically fight, which was Doomsday. Somebody that was faster, somebody that was stronger, somebody that had a tougher endurance. It tested his mettle to the point where he ended up dying. And who was there? Who was there to help him? Who was there to pick him up, to make sure that he was still going to fight, to make sure that he was still going to save the world? Nobody. That's going to end up being the story for black women if black women don't straighten up. If black women don't fix a lot of this shit right now. That's going to be your story. I'm not sitting up there making this shit up. I'm looking at the shit that I'm consistently seeing on social media. Listening to the conversations that black women are openly having. This is not men putting words in black women's mouths. These are black women having their own podcast, right? Having their own channels, group chats, whatever it is. And this is what black women are openly saying. We are stronger than the black man. We are better than the black man. We are smarter than the black man. We don't need black men. But notice how black women are the only women, no matter what is taking place with any other woman on this planet. Notice how black women are the only ones that basically state, I don't need a man. And more specifically, I don't need the men of my community. Do you ever hear Chinese women saying that? Nope. No, you don't. Do you really hear African women saying that? Nope. No, you don't. Do you hear women in Australia saying that? Nope. No, you don't. The most vocal majority out here, who is technically a minority when we're thinking about the United States of America, black women are the main ones stating and saying this and consistently saying it and wearing it like a badge of honor. They're wearing it like it's an armor of strength. And I keep trying to tell black women, like, yo, you really think that a man wants to hear you tell him that you don't need him? If you're telling me as a black man that you don't need me, I'm not going to be there at all because you are strong enough to do it yourself. You can do everything, coach. You can do the plumbing. You can do the metalworking. You can do the sheetrock. You can build your own house. You can put down your own gravel. You can chop down the trees. You can figure out the gas line, the electrical working. You can do it all. That's what that's telling me. Because the funniest thing is, men will sit up there and say to an extent that, yo, I don't need another man's assistance. But even within that, we can still admit, like, yo, this challenge is a little bit too much for me. I might need somebody who might, who got equal strength or a little bit stronger than me, or I might need another brother to sit up there and teach me something that I don't know. We're smart enough to look over our ego and our pride and be like, yo, this is a little bit too much for me. I need some help. I need some assistance. As a black man, I've sat up there and come to some of my brothers who might be smarter than me in a lot of other subjects. Because I don't got that motherfucking type of ego or that pride to be like, nah, man, I'm a genius out here. I know everything. Can't no nigga teach me nothing. I can teach them something. They can't teach me nothing. They can't see me out here because I'm so smart. No, I ain't doing that. That's stupid. That's a stupid way to walk as a man. That's a stupid way to walk as a man. And that's 9 times out of 10, that's how a lot of young dudes like to think. They like to think that they're the strongest, that they're the smartest, that they're Hercules. Like I said, it's cool to feel that way, but you got to be logical. You got to live in reality. You're not going to be 120 pounds being able to put up a fight against Mike Tyson. Nah, son. The wind from his fist is going to put you down before you even have a physical touch from that man. Like I said, there's differences. There's levels to everything. But black men have tried to sit up there and tell black women that there are levels to all of this. You can say that you're strong. That's great. Saying that you're strong and being strong physically is 2 different things. 2 different things. But it's like, hey, people want to be what they want to be. Some people want to be superheroes out here. So be that superhero. So again, to a lot of the black women out here that always want to say that they're independent, they can do it on their own. These are your daughters. These are your daughters swinging on black women. So all the time that y'all always want to talk about, oh, black men, you guys are so violent. These black boys, they're all so violent. It's only because of the black fathers and because you guys are absent and yada, yada, yada. You want the world to sit up there and look at black men and these young black boys as violent predators that perpetuate all of this shit. And you want to state that every single black man should be responsible and be teaching black men and young black boys not to sit up there and hit women, do violence against women, and all of this other type of stuff. Fine, no problem. That's cool. So while you're focused on that, which one of y'all are starting groups to tell these young black girls to not be hitting black women, to not hit their elders, to not hit their aunts, their mothers, their grandmothers? Who out there amongst you is sitting up there doing that? Because y'all all so focused on black men because we're the criminals, right? We're the super predators, right? We're the villains, right? Because in order for there, like I keep saying, I made this statement the same with white people when it deals with America. In order for America to be a hero, there always has to be a villain. And one of the main villains the longest standing villains that America's ever had is black men. So now that's transitioned into the black community. So there has to be a good and there has to be an evil, right? So when you look at society and you look at the black community, who is the evil aspect that everybody hates? Black men. It don't matter if it's a young black boy. It don't matter if it's a black teen. It don't matter if it's a young black man or older black man. The hate is there. You got women with podcasts sitting up there stating that young black men, black boys, or black men in general need to be exterminated. Ain't that funny? Because I promise you, if a black man were to make a podcast and he tried to say anything similar along those lines, that podcast would have been gone. I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't be allowed on social media. I'm pretty sure that black women everywhere would have banded together. No matter how they may disagree with each other, black women will come together in order to fight a black man. Ain't that something? But when it comes to black women, hating black women, fighting black women, killing black women, shooting black women, maiming black women, stealing from black women, disparaging black women, devaluing black women, magically, I don't see that same camaraderie. Because magically, y'all like, well, I don't like her anyway. I knew there was a reason I didn't sit up there and like her. I'm not going to sit up there and side with anybody on this one. Look at the color of her skin. Look at her lipstick. Look at her makeup. Look at her lace front. She thinks she all that because her body built. Magically, y'all can come up with all of these issues for the reason why you don't want to sit up there and try to shut somebody down saying something ignorant. But oh, y'all come together real quick to sit up there and silence and shut down a black man real quick, and you will then turn around and celebrate the moment in time when that black man died. Even though that black man never laid a hand, never touched you, never did nothing to you. But oh, your feelings were hurt, so now you're happy that that black man is dead. But what about his black mother, though? What about how she feels? What about her losing a son, a best friend, a loved one? What about that? Oh, y'all don't care about that. But yet, I thought it was black men that didn't care about black women. I thought it was black men that devalued and disrespected black women. Huh, ain't that something? Ain't that something? It seems like the same people that be complaining are the same people that's actually doing the very same actions that they're complaining about. Ain't that something? But yet y'all don't want to fix that though. And I'm going to fucking generalize, and I wish somebody would fucking have a problem. Because it's ridiculous that I have to sit up here and consistently see videos of young black girls and women killing and shooting each other. And I told y'all what was going to happen, and y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all said that, you know, the whole world basically hates and loathes black women. Y'all don't get no protection nowhere. No men want to sit up there and protect us. But little did you know, the greatest enemy that you have is you, is amongst you, is within you. But yet you're silent on that one, though, because that then would mean that you would have to take accountability and responsibility for the actions that allowed this young black girl who was a reflection of you to act on those actions. You would have to then turn that mirror around and be like, yo, the reason that she's acting like this is because I'm acting like this. That means accountability, responsibility, acknowledgement. And a lot of black women run from that, and they have a deep-rooted fear and a hatred. But yet they turn around and tell black men, hey, black men, you need to be accountable, responsible, and take acknowledgement for the things that you commit against us and the black community in general. In certain extents, you have black women that will sit up there and say that the black community will be better off if black men didn't exist. Wow. Anybody ever heard of like clownfish, like Finding Nemo? Somebody can correct me, wrong. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together, right? So the one interesting thing about these fish, right? Let's say the male, let's say if there's like a king, like a king of the jungle in a sense for clownfish, right? If you have a male of the population and he was the one that was supposed to help reproduce, and that male goes disappearing, do you know what the clownfish basically does? One of the females in the group of clownfish will then transition over into becoming a male so that nothing will be missed, right? She will replace that male. So what I'm theorizing here is that some of the black women out here who feel that the black community will be better without black men feel as though that they are like clownfish and that they have the ability to basically go gender swap from female to male. That's not how genetic works. That's not how that works. That might be how medical science works, but that's not how it works on this earth, because that's not how human beings were made to do. So like I said before, you have a lot of women out here who have a lot of mouth, who make it seem as though that they are able to full-fledged, protect themselves. How is that possible? This is my thing, right? For a lot of the black women, I always say that, they're the strongest of the strongest. And, basically you can fight anything. How can you protect if you can't protect yourself? Better yet, how can you protect if you can't even protect your own kids? Right? Because you're the mother and the father. So if that is the case, how is it possible that under your tutelage, under your supervision, under your protection, a lot of your kids still end up abused, misused, mistreated? How is that possible? You're supposed to be Superman. You're supposed to know when things are happening. You're supposed to sit up there and keep their world safe, but yet you failed. even though you boasted and you made claims that you couldn't even live up to. You put out standards that were unrealistic. But yet you still sit here and continue to tell black men that black men aren't needed, black men are useless. What have black men done? Who have black men protected? What have black men contributed? And what are black men good for? Well, I guess soon enough, y'all going to end up finding out. I guess soon enough, y'all are going to end up finding out. Like I said before, you got a lot of black women out here on platforms misleading a lot of other black women, and it's allowed to take place. And y'all don't even see it. You don't even see how the system is set up to both try to quote unquote benefit you, right? And I'm doing the quotations, quote unquote, benefit you, and also to tear you down all at the same time. And that's what they're doing with a lot of these black female platforms that are consistently coming out here and just talking about, oh, black men this, black men that, black men this, black men that. Notice how those platforms don't ever talk about anything positive about young black men, young black boys, black men in general. Notice how magically all of this shit is just 1,000% negative on those spectrums. But then when they talk about black women, oh, it's pretty much all positive. It's pretty much all positive all the time. Because black women don't commit crimes. Black women don't go after kids. Black women don't sit up here and steal from one another. Black women will value another black woman. Black women will respect another black woman. Like I said, this is 1,000% crazy. This is 1,000% crazy. Like I said, I've heard it too many times. I've even had women come directly at me in my own comment section telling me that, yo, you black men are the reason why this stuff is happening to black women. Your specific, your platform is the reason why it is that black men do the things that they do. You enable them to commit these crimes and to be violent towards us because you hate us. I'm like, I guess so, man. I guess so. Like I said, some of y'all are so scared to actually go back to the men that actually hurt you. It's quite hilarious. And I'm not talking about in the aspect of somebody that physically went after you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about emotionally. I'm talking about somebody that used words. I'm talking about somebody that was argumentative. I'm talking about that. Like I told people before, the moment in time that you are brave enough to actually fight that battle is both an outwardly and an internal battle. Because a lot of the things that the person has said to you over the years, they are on repeat because you allow them to be on repeat because you were never a whole person to begin with because your parents are also broken. So the words of that person is going to resonate in those areas where you have holes in your armor that were never healed. You never went to like a blacksmith, aka a therapist, to try to hammer that out, to try to patch that out. So you would lack those vulnerabilities. And because you never faced that individual, that's why you have the issues outwardly and internally that you suffer from. And again, like I said before, and many other black men before me have said this, a lot of black women need therapy. Every time I hear a lot of these platforms from black women, a lot of the times I hear a lot of these words, I know it comes from hurt because you're still hurt, you're unhealed. So by the only way that you feel that you can heal is by trying to go out there and indiscriminately hurt other black men for no reason. And then also trying to turn other black women into you so that that message will carry and they'll go out there and hurt other black men as well. And you know what that's going to sit up there and lead to? That's going to lead to young black boys being hurt inadvertently due to the fact of black women that are not healed because of relationships that they were in, that they selectively chose the wrong type of nigga to be with. Some of y'all black women right now know some women amongst your crew that are dating the wrong types of guys, that are seeing the wrong types of guys. And yet you still hear them while dating these wrong guys. These niggas ain't shit. These men ain't shit. All these men want is one thing. So I'm just going to sit up there and use them and yada, yada, yada. So because you're still hurt, you're going to use your body in a sense as some type of weapon in order to get some type of justice, to use these men because you've been used in the past by those same men. So then you selectively, as a broken woman, decide to be in a relationship with more broken men in order to try to justify the actions that you're committing to, because you refuse to face the fact that you're a broken woman coming from broken relationships, still in broken relationships, deciding not to heal, not to see therapy, willing to go out there and use your body to still cause more broken issues, to then turn around and try to state that men ain't shit, when realistically it's you. Like I said, if we're going to talk about healing in the black community, then everybody needs to heal. Don't just roll up consistently trying to say that, oh, black men, you guys need to heal. Look at all of the stuff that you've done to us. Don't you see your mother and your sister and your aunt and your grandmother within us? How would you feel if somebody else, if another man treated us the same way that you treat us? How would you feel if another black man treated your mother like that, and da 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 da? But yeah, I never hear the same things when it details how black women treat their sons, how you belittle them, how you emasculate them, how you feminize them, how you disrespect them, how you talk down to them. But like I said, there's a lot of conversations that a lot of black women ain't ready to have. And more than likely, it'll never be had. Because the most interesting thing is the fact that I've seen some black women who I've listed on my platform before that have spoke on these things. And the most interesting thing is when you have black women that actually create platforms that speak up for black men, that try to be that safe haven, that safe space for black men, magically black women will yet again come together in droves, in unison, in order to attack these black women. And I'm like, wow. So anybody that values and wants to protect black men, you attack. Black men that value and want to protect black men and young black boys, you attack. But for the black women out there that demonize, criminalize, villainize black men and black boys out here, you don't got nothing to say. You're completely silent, and you sit up there and support those platforms in droves, not just by viewership or by subscribing or by retweeting or sharing their content, but also monetarily. And you say that black men are unhealed and need therapy? Really? Black men can sit up there and admit their faults. I've done it. While critiquing my own brothers on my platform, I've sat up there and done it. I've listed a lot of my errors, a lot of my mistakes, things that I either need to fix or wish that I could have the opportunity to go back and fix, things that I can be better on, things that I have gotten better with. I've done this out in the open. And this is social media, so this is forever. Which means it's free for anybody out there to make a video and highly critique him like, oh, Seiji is a hypocrite, this, that, and the third, yada, 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 which people have done. And I'm completely fine with it. Like I said, I know the stuff that I directly put out here, and I'm not running from any of the shit that I've ever said. I'm not at all. I said exactly what I said, and I said it specifically in that moment. Now, can people sit up there and gain knowledge and, more information about subjects? Yes. Can they go back and add more directly to what they said to make a complete understanding? Yes. But am I going to sit up there and say that I didn't say those things? No, because I did. Because I did. Because at the end of the day, regardless on if It hurt people's feelings or not, if it was wrong or right, it came from a part in my heart, from that part of understanding, from that time period of which I was in. So I'm not going to run or turn away directly from that, like you normally see on social media from a lot of people that will say one thing and then once they get caught, it's like, oh, I didn't mean to. No, it's be honest. You said exactly what you said during that point in time in your life. You said it. It's okay. You said it. But my main point for bringing that up is the fact that you're not going to have a lot of women take responsibility and accountability and self acknowledgement of the things that they have said or done, or how it is that they act, or how it is that those actions are still leading towards more negative actions, either in their life or by way of their child in their life, and how it is that they're going to live. Because if you are a broken black woman, you're going to end up raising a broken black child. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. If you got shards in your body, if you have certain things in your body that's in the bloodstream, you really think that it's not in the DNA now? You really think that it's not going to affect you genetically? You really think that you're not potentially going to pass down a defect to your child due to the fact of the things that were in your blood? You're stupid. You're going to end up passing it down one way or another. Something's going to happen. Something is going to show. And it's due to the fact that you did not properly take care of yourself when you had the time to do it before you decided to procreate and create another life. Therefore, inflicting and infecting them with the same ailment that you are now still suffering from, that you refuse to sit up there and fix or even work on or even try to seek any type of ounce of help for. Like I said, this is 1,000% ridiculous. I'm sorry that this teacher broke her leg. I'm sorry that this teacher had to go through all of this. My other main question is, because I saw some people on social media basically yet again try to use the scapegoat, right? They were like, "Oh, all of those male students out, in the room. Why is it that the males didn't do nothing?" No, 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 no. It is not up for. I see a lot of female students as well. I saw some grown female teachers as well. Tell me, why didn't the young women who were her same size, if not bigger, why didn't the female teachers get that girl, that masculine acting girl, off of that teacher? The teacher didn't fight back due to the fact that she was thinking about her job. She was trying to keep her job at the end of the day because this is more than likely the only bit of income that she has. She didn't sacrifice her whole life, all of her money, to sit up there and be a teacher just for this to sit up there and happen. Ridiculous. And to see grown adults justifying the actions of this violent girl, acting like a thug, acting like a wild animal on this teacher that's not even fighting back, is crazy. Talking about some, oh well, you shouldn't have, she shouldn't have said what she said. And that sounds like some emotional people that never sought out any healing. That sounds like some emotional people that's still going through issues with their family, that they don't even want to sit up there and go through with their family because they're still scared. So because you're still scared and still in that fear, you want other people to react to a situation the way that you're going to react. That's crazy. So you're enabling criminal behavior because you're an unhealed individual from past traumas. That's crazy. So guess what? Now she's going to be more than likely having a record. She's more than likely going to have charges. And rightfully so. I'm clapping that up. Because the teacher never laid hands on that girl. She didn't swing. Let me tell you something. That teacher, the size difference there, that teacher could have swung that girl around the room if she really wanted to. There, like I said, in boxing, there are weight classes for a reason. That teacher is in a whole different weight class versus that girl. She would have mollywopped that girl if she wanted to drag that girl around that classroom, through the desks, through the hallway, through the lunchroom. She could have very well did that, but she didn't. But let me tell you something. This is the funny part about black people. Let the teacher have fought back. You know what the response from black parents would have been? Oh, she wouldn't have been laying hands on my teacher. I mean, she wouldn't have been laying hands on my student. She wouldn't have been laying hands on my child. Let that have been me and mine. And it would have been World War III up there. We would have been all throwing hands, me and the family. We would have came to the school. We would have popped the trunk. Because magically, black people got so much anger and animosity towards each other that they're willing to sit up there and pop the trunk, and they want to pull up all of their black female family members to sit up there and come jump on one black woman because of something that took place. But yet, the main thing the main story that's been told is that black men are the most emotional in the community. They always react emotionally. They don't know how to do anything else. They suffer from logic. Just look at the violence. Just look at everything that's taking place. So if black men are the ones that suffer from lack of knowledge and they don't know how to emotionally have composure, so that means that the women of the black community should be the ones to be the ruler for this. But I'm not seeing that at all. Do you know that there's a video that I'm going to bring out to y'all where there was a shooting that took place, right? And a shooting that took place had to do with 3 people. You had a Pookie that was there sagging his pants, wearing some jeans that looked like they were meant for a 12-year-old. You had a hood rat side chick, and then you had the gangster of a baby mama. So the side piece decided that she wanted to fight the baby mama, right? She went up to the car, threw a bottle, smashed it against the car. You didn't sit up there and see the baby mama really react as normal women would. And this is when you know it was a problem. She smooth and calmly walked into the screenshot, lifted up her arm, and let off several shots. Let me repeat that again. The woman came directly into the screenshot, looked, stood still, raised her arm, and let off several shots in the direction of the mother, the father of her children, and the side piece. The most interesting thing about that is the baby mama actually missed all of her shots. So her weapon did not harm anybody. The twist to that is somebody did get shot. And it wasn't because of the baby mama. It was by way of the police. Because an officer came to that incident when he heard something was going on. And he sat up there and let go his service weapon and let it fly. He didn't hit any of the 3 people that were in a sense involved. He hit a bystander, at least from what I read. And that bystander was injured. And all of this was over a bum. All of this was over a dude with no prospects. That 2 women saw some type of value, don't know what the fuck it was, but they saw some type of value in this dude who was sagging his pants. Grown ass man sagging his pants and skinny jeans. Saw value enough to fight over and to throw their life away for that. You're sleeping with and want to get pregnant by that. So that's the thing that's exciting. That's what it is. That's what it is. Matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do. Let me just give you an example of what it is that I'm talking about. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to sit up there and give you an example of what it is that I'm talking about, because I got to really showcase the video if we're going to, talk about, people need healing, right? We need to, really make sure that people have an understanding of, what uh that healing in a sense would be, right? So let me just loop this, right? So this is that video that I'm telling y'all about right here, right? This is that video. And you see the baby mamas directly in the camera view, right? You see the hood rat, the side piece, barely wearing no clothes, coming up, smashing a bottle, talking about she want to fight, barefoot like a savage, grown ass dude, sagging skinny jeans, look like they meant for a 13-year-old. And then the baby mama smooth into the scene, bow bow, bow bow bow, bow bow, bow bow bow. And this is what I be talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Like this looks crazy. This looks crazy. And you got a lot of black women that will go for dudes like this, and they'll call normal black dudes what? Boring. Oh, the black dude is boring. The black dude is this, the black dude is that. Y'all are willing to throw away your lives for these bums. He's going out here just getting women pregnant. He ain't going through no college. He don't got no prospects. He probably barely even finished high school. He probably can't even hold a steady job, a steady type of income. Probably couch surfing, living off his parents, living with his parents. Probably don't got a pot to piss in. But for whatever reason, you got black women out here that find dudes like this of some type of fucking value. I need somebody to make it make sense. And then you want to turn around after being with these dudes, getting impregnated by these dudes, going through the issues that you've been going through with these dudes. You want to blame all black men for this. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, I will say this, though. I feel that the police officer that ended up harming the wrong person, I feel like all charges should be shifted to the black man that is a part of this situation. I'm talking about the dude in the skinny jeans, the white tee, pants hanging off his ass while he wearing like a bedazzled belt. Like I said, it's looking real suspect out here, but this is the type of stuff that a lot of women go for. It is what it is. It's the new generation of shit. It is what it is. I feel like all of those charges should be put on that man, because if you take this dude out of the situation, guess what? Those two women would not have actually seen each other. They wouldn't have more than likely been in the same area. They wouldn't have been in the same area. They wouldn't have been in the same area. But again, I'm not going to take the responsibility off of them for their own separate actions. The hood rat side chick decided that she wanted to assault somebody's car, somebody's vehicle, do damage to the vehicle with a bottle because she's emotional, being a woman. Throw her ass in jail too, give her some type of charges. The baby mama that pulled up to the scene like she was Liam Neeson, like she just got skills, bow, 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 trying to give out the Alec Baldwin treatment, give her ass's charges too, because more than likely she ain't licensed to carry that gun. I'm just being honest. More than likely, she ain't licensed to carry that gun. A guy probably either brought that for her or she brought it for herself illegally. That's why she fled the scene. Also, to let y'all know that the woman who fired, the baby mother who fired the weapon, she fled the scene. So that lets you know she was not legal. That lets you know 100% she was not legal. Because if you are legal, guess what? You're not fleeing the scene. You can stay there and wait for police because you know what's going to sit up there and happen. But like I said, this is the type of hood rat type behavior that is a commonality in the black community that needs to stop. This is why the black community is a laughingstock. This is what unhealed people look like. This is what hurt people looks like. This is what that looks like. It's ridiculous. And people wonder why it is that people don't really care about the black community. Want to sit up there and have something positive to say about the black community. When you see stuff like this, when you see shit like this consistently, time and time and time and time again, How do you expect somebody to say something positive about you when you sit up there and always showing them your ass every single time? Like I told y'all before, I'm on social media consistently. Probably like 15 to 14 hours a day plus in some instances. Some days I might not even take breaks. Even if I'm eating, quote unquote, my lunch break, I'm still sitting up here looking through stories, looking through videos. I done seen umpteen videos like this. Black people doing this type of chicanery, this type of foolishness. And you wonder why black people don't get respect. It's because a lot of us do it. But then black people want to be like, oh, but you can't say that. We're not a monolith. Nobody that I know or me or mines don't act like. Then stay your ass directly to the side. You, your family, your friends, keep doing the shit that y'all been doing. Keep being positive role models. Step to the fucking side and allow all the grown people to deal with this situation and to address this situation and to talk about the situation. Like I said, I'm tired of black people trying to sit up there and say that, oh, we are a group, but no, we're not a group. Which fucking one is it? Which one is it? Are you Clark Kent or are you Superman? We're not doing this. We're not fucking doing this. We're not doing it. It's either we are a group and we're going to be judged as a group, or we're just not a group and everybody's just individuals and you're just a part of whatever fucking community you're a part of. Those are the choices that you fucking got. And I said what I said. Like hearing black people say that, like I can't even sit up there and have y'all understand how annoying it is to sit up, and especially seeing older black people say this shit when y'all were the same ones that was a part of the civil rights as a fucking group. Y'all moved as a group. Y'all focused y'all finances as a group. You went in unison and did things as a group, as a community. But now when it comes to everything of now black people are like, no, we ain't a group. We're not a monolith. What they do don't represent me. Then take your black ass over to another country where those people commonly watch shit like this. And then when they see your black American ass over there, let me know if they see you as an individual. Let me know if they treat you on an individual by individual basis. Guess what, nigga? They not. And I use that term indiscriminately. I don't care if you're a black woman or a black man. Nigga, it is what it is. Because y'all don't understand shit. Like I said, people can get up on this bitch talking to y'all like so nice and all this eloquent and all this other type of shit. Y'all ain't trying to hear shit. Y'all ain't trying to hear shit. Y'all want to act like things need to be politically correct. Everybody needs to use some type of like dictionary words and all this other type of shit in order to get black people to comprehend. A lot of y'all don't comprehend shit because y'all been through traumatic experiences. So in order for y'all to even quantify what the fuck anybody's saying to you, people got to sit up there and start becoming assholes. People got to start calling you out of your name because that's the only real way that you'll listen to what it is that somebody has to say. Because white people can sit up there and tell you, hey, we don't really like you around here. We don't really like your kind. We don't really like your color. We feel as though that, our neighborhood is realistically better, without you. We've had less criminality, less dark elements, less things happening. We think that, you should probably move. And then you'll be acting bewildered as if you don't know what the fuck it is that they're saying. And then you want to get on social media talking about all this other type of bullshit. But then, when they start sitting up here telling you, nigga, you need to get the fuck up out of here, move the fuck away from my house. Why are you even here? Why do I even see your black ass around me and my kids? I'm not trying to have your rap crap, not trying to have your sagging pants, these baby mama trends. I ain't trying to have your black kids, your black boys impregnating my pure white daughter and all this. When they start saying that, now you want to sit up there and act like you understand what it is. Now you know what time it is. And now that you know what time it is, now you want to start crying. But you already knew what the fuck it was from the jump. but you wanted to ignore it and you wanted to play this, oh, let bygones be bygones, or what would Jesus do? Let me turn the other cheek. You done turn the cheek so many times, nigga. How many more cheeks do you got to turn in order to understand that they don't like or want you there? So like I said before, I've learned and I've had to come to an understanding that Black people are trauma type of people. Black people indulge in and love trauma. And the only way to really fucking talk to Black people, you got to talk to them like niggas. Because Black people are niggas. At the end of the day, I said exactly what the fuck it is that I said. If anybody has a problem with that, you can go fuck yourself. And I mean that 1,000%. I don't care if you're a subscriber. I don't care who the fuck you are. I meant every fucking thing that I said. Because I keep trying to tell y'all, y'all want Black people out here to represent y'all. Y'all want Black people to be the better, the more positive, while you still go out here and act like a nigga. Excuse me? You know how many Black platforms that are out here where people are literally working their asses off trying to be the best of the Black nation, to try to be the best representative, and then y'all still out here behind the scenes acting like niggas, still doing shit like this, shooting each other. And this goes back to what I stated about the first video where that 17-year-old or whatever that teenager was striking on that teacher. Where are the Black women to talk about other Black women wanting to do harm to other Black women? Where are the Black women to talk about Black women wanting to shoot, wanting to kill, wanting to erase, wanting to take the lives of other Black women? Where the fuck are y'all at? Because y'all always want to talk about Black men, but y'all don't want to talk about this. You don't want to talk about the type of contempt, the loathing, the type of hate that you have for one another, but you want to hide behind this fallacy of, we got the sisterhood, we support each other, we love each other, we're not all about this rah, 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 let's go sister, Black girl magic. Where's that Black girl magic at? Is it in that blonde weave that Black woman is wearing? We all know that is not her hair. Is that the Black girl magic? Is the Black girl magic is in the attire where she's scantily clad, showing off the best assets that she got in order to attract the man? Because we know it's not her mind. We know more than likely it's not her face. So this is what it is. And then y'all get mad when men want to sit up there and point this out. And then y'all want to turn around and say, well, that's what y'all like. That's what y'all want. This is what y'all keep liking on IG and all this other type of shit. If you're a woman of substance, men are going to find you. Men of substance are going to find you. Men who are uncouth, uncultured swine, those who are in and out of jail, they're not going to really try to come to you because they know they got to be a certain type of caliber of man in order to even get your attention. But due to the fact that you want to dim your own light because you're not getting a certain caliber or a more precisely a specific type of man, which is this Pookie, which is this Ray Ray, which is this Jamal, which is this Jerome, because you're not getting this, now you want to turn around and dim your light in order to attract these dudes so that you could compete with low vibrational women and then turn around and say that Black men ain't shit. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like what are we doing out here? What are we doing? And now I got to start sounding like a whole bunch of other people out here, right? And we've heard this from like the Black Republicans. If Black lives matter, then why are Black people being violent and killing other Black people? You know what? They're goddamn right. They're goddamn right. They're right. For the longest time possible, I done sat up there and railed against so much shit. I done tried to sit up there and combat so much shit. And I'm like, you know what? For an instance, regardless on if this dude might be racist or not, that's a goddamn good point. Why is it that if Black lives matter, we don't really seem to care about our own lives? Why it don't seem to matter? And I'm not talking about when Black people want to start listing like, okay, well, you know, we had this stuff back from like the 1900s, 1800s. everything with slavery. I'm not caring about that. I'm not, because I'm tired of hearing it. Because I'm not trying to sit up there and be in my 70s and I'm looking at social media and I'm seeing the exact same shit and I'm seeing black people list the exact same shit. I'm not up for it. I'm not. I'm about a solution and a fix of right now. I can't fix what happened in the past. I can't even go back there if I wanted to. If I had a time machine, it would be a vastly different thing. But I'm not H.G. Wells in this bitch. I don't have that shit. So I'm trying to sit up there and be fixated on and focused on the things now so that they don't be a prevalent and a consistent problem in the future. You think I want to sit up there and see kindergartners, black kindergartners? You think I want to see black elementary school students acting like this? It's already enough you got kids sitting up there bringing guns to schools. So now what? They're going to be bringing guns to schools because, oh, this girl said that you liked them and you was doing this and that, so I had to sit up there and shoot her. Really? Really? Is that what we're trying to go for? Is that the culture that we're trying to have directly out here? Because let me show you something about the main part of culture. Go look at a lot of these white boys out here now and look at how it is that they talking. Look at how they walking. Look at how they dressing. Look at their mannerisms. They're not even acting like white boys no more. Look at the white boys from the 60s to the early 2000s. Put them on side A. And on side B, look at the white boys in the later 2000s to now. Notice the difference? Notice how the looks? Notice the swag? Notice the slang? Notice how it is that they tend to go towards women? Notice that they're only specifically copying a certain type of black man because it's easy to copy that. Just like with the white girls out here, with the Woe Vickies and the Bad Barbies. Notice how they're only copying a specific type of black woman. Notice how they're not trying to copy a black woman of substance, of value, of respect. A black woman that actually has a certain type of power. Notice how they're not trying to copy that because they can't. You can't emulate that. You just can't. But for whatever reason, black people are so deaf, dumb, and blind and can't seem to understand that we just keep falling back into the exact same abyss that we just said that we're fighting against and we're trying to fight out of. Just to try to keep it. Why do we want to keep this? Why do we want this to be an indelible marker? Why do we want this to be the image of the black community, of black people? Why do we want this to be the thing that everybody around the world is going to associate with black people and try to copy and be just like? If people want to take this, let them take this shit. And like a lot of other older black people before me basically said, a lot of y'all just not going to be able to save. A lot of y'all just going to be falling to the wayside, and I am not going to reach out my hand just so that I can be drugged back down into that abyss. I'm not doing it. And firstly, the funniest thing is I was never even in that abyss. I was around it. I knew some people. I helped some people. But I'm not about to sit up there and look down there and hear the cries and the yells only to sit up there and see demons in disguise. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like I said, those that want to try to save individuals that don't want to be saved, and they're literally telling you to your face that they don't want to be saved. These are individuals right here that don't want to be saved. Everybody that is a part of this image, I don't care if it's the person filming, I don't care if it's the person driving to the gas station, or if it's the actual three individuals that you see within the interaction. These are people telling you, I don't want to be saved. This is what I like. This is what I love. This is what I was raised in. This is all I know. Don't try to introduce anything new to me at all. Leave me where I am. So again, black people, I think it was Maya Angelou that stated, if a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. So for these two black women, they cannot be fixed. They will forever be impregnated by Pookies and Ray Rays, the same exact one that they are sitting up there fighting over and willing to lose their life over. That Pookie, that Ray Ray, that Jerome, that Tyrone, whatever the fuck his name is. He's going to be the same one that's going to be in and out of jail, in and out of prison. He's going to have records. Everybody associated with him is going to have records. He's not going to have anything positive. Why? Because this is his life. This is where he wants to be. He is nothing but a sperm donor and a baby maker at the end of the day. That's it. Just like those black women are nothing but carriers of that same sperm donor. That's it. That is their destiny. That is their life. And ain't nobody going to sit up there and change it unless they want to do it. And guess what? They don't want to change it. How do we know that? Look at the actions they committed to. Because no sane, logically thinking black person is going to go out here to a gas station, try to fight somebody else over somebody else, and decide to wield a weapon that's more than likely not even legal to begin with, and then flee the scene of a shooting. Nah, nah, nah. Like I said, all of this is ridiculous. And these are the main exact things that I've talked about before, that I've stated are consistent problems in the black communities. And 9 times out of 10, when I talk about these things and I list these things, I never have the women that want to critique me so hard. I never have them roll up to the scene and try to take some type of accountability or responsibility or try to call this shit out. Nope, they just stay silent in the background. 56 people directly in this bitch, and I promise you, a lot of them are just sitting back there not saying shit. Just staying there silent. But oh wait, when I start putting out those videos where I'm critiquing black women, I bet you I'm probably going to see your black ass there. You're probably going to sit up there and leave a comment. You're probably going to sit up there and try to say some shit, try to blame black men. But yet, in this instance, when you have the opportunity to literally call out one of your own, you don't want to do it. Because you think that, I guess, that's some type of being like a traitor, being a snitch. Because you feel as though that if you call out your own, you're then siding with the enemy, aka the black man. Ain't that a bitch? And like I said before, because of you and many other just like you, this is the reason that this is going to be prevalent. So the next step that is going to happen, which I've also covered before, I've covered issues and stories where you had lesbians, black lesbians, fighting over one another and taking each other's lives. And guess what? You don't see host of black women trying to condemn that and call that out and talking about black women need to go out there and seek therapy. Why? Because y'all like, oh, I don't care about that because they're lesbians. That has nothing to do with me. That's of a different community. Are they not black at the end of the day? Are they still not black women out here losing their lives? But oh, that's right. It don't matter because a black man didn't do it. That's right. It don't matter because a young black boy didn't sit up there and do it. Ain't that funny? But then in the exact same thing, I've shown videos of where gay black men have ended up losing their lives. They were sitting up there fighting over each other and all this other type of stuff. And that's just me as a straight black man pointing this out and trying to basically state that no matter what it is, it's still wrong. And it's black people doing this to black people. And it needs to stop. This is showing that you don't value one another. Even if you are a part of the exact same community, you still have that fault where you don't see another one of you as somebody that you actually love and care about. Like I said, y'all like to stay real silent. And that speaks volumes to what it is that you actually care about. And like I said in the very beginning of this video, the very beginning of this live stream, is going to get to the point in time where there aren't going to be so many black men that you can sit up there and blame. It's going to get to the point where you're going to start to see fields of black women with hosts of other men of different communities. And you're going to start to see the exact same things, if not worse, still happening. And then you know what you're going to turn around and do? We need black men to come protect us and to come save us. But how is that going to be possible when you got black women out here saying that black men need to be eradicated? You got videos of black women out here talking about the moment in time that if I find out that I'm having a boy, I'm going to Planned Parenthood. When you got black women with large platforms talking about that there needs to be a black male extinction event taking place. When you got black women out here cheering on the police, taking the lives of your sons, your uncles, your grandfathers, your best friends, your fiancés, your husbands, your fathers, cheering them on, sitting up there saying that it needs to be happening in higher rates. And I've covered those videos. And yet again, a lot of y'all that hate black men oh so much, you will never call out the wrong amongst your own people, amongst your own side. And this is why, just like I told white people, at the end of the day, you are your own worst enemy. White people can do some damage, but they're not going to do more damage than what you can do to yourself, because you have a better understanding of you than they ever could. You are going to be the downfall of yourself. You are going to be the reason why it is that you lack protection, and the reason why it is that you're not going to have said protection. You have feminized your young black boys. You're allowing them to do whatever it is that they want to do, think whatever it is that they want to sit up there and think. You're not even trying to set like a tone or a line. And you wonder why it is that your sons don't protect you. Can you protect yourself? Because your son is now a reflection of you. So let me know when you can protect yourself. Maybe then your son will actually sit up there and protect you the way that a young boy or a man should. But oh wait, you were never a young boy or a man. So you wouldn't know what it would be like to actually protect a woman, to actually put your life on the line for a woman. Because 9 times out of 10, a man will sit up there and put his life on the line. He will risk everything in order to literally save his family, in order to save the woman that he loves. If you ask women, will they do the same thing? They won't. And that's the clear-cut difference in between men and women. This is why men are protectors and women are not. Because men know what it is to sit up there and put your life on the line. It is what it is. Even when I was younger and I would sit up there and see guys, and I'm single digits, and I would see guys sit up there and look at my mom a certain type of way. And this is me in like a stroller. I'm sitting up there giving them faces. It's like I didn't understand it, but I understood it enough to a point that I did not like it as a young boy in a stroller. Which means that if I was older during that time, there would have been some words that would have been exchanged. And like I said, during those times, you could easily have conversations with dudes and it would just be words. Now it's a little bit different because one word can just turn into gunfire. Because that's the only way that black people know how to, fix anything that's wrong. It always comes down to gun violence. It always comes down to fighting. It always comes down to the loss of life. Somebody dying. Somebody always having to plan a funeral. Somebody always getting a life sentence. Somebody always ended up somewhere that they're not supposed to be. And this is where we are. This is where the fuck we are. But it's like, people always, in a sense, want to not acknowledge the truth, the facts that are directly out there. The facts that are out there are vastly and very much ugly, which also means that we have the ability to fix and to stop this from happening. Let's say these 3 people, right? We might not be able to specifically, stop these individuals per se from doing what it is that they do or whatever it is that they're going to do in the future. But we have the power to alleviate this negativity from children. But even when you tell black folks that, they're like, no, that's not my responsibility. That's somebody else's kid, da, 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 da. I'm not about to be responsible for that. Well, this is your choice. And this is a permanent choice. This is just what it is. You can either be responsible for it now or responsible for it later. Meaning that you could be responsible for it now and you could try to be a positive, integral part of that child's learning and their growth and the way that they're going to be raised, their upbringing. Or you could be responsible for it later when that child takes your life, when that child takes the life of your mother, your sister, your aunt, your grandmother, your daughter, your son, your nephew, your grandson, your father, your uncle, your best friend. You got 2 choices. Do you want to be responsible for helping nourish that life, being a positive role model, or do you want to be responsible in the long run for planning a whole host of funerals and trying to get money together like what's been normally happening in black communities? What is the choice? Because it seems to me that black people rather plan funerals versus taking responsibility from the very fucking beginning. And this is why I keep continuously saying that a lot of y'all don't need to have kids. Y'all are undeserving of having kids. Your parents ain't raised you right, but you think that for some odd reason, without you having no knowledge, a lick of intellect on how to raise a child, you feel that you know what's best to raise a child. You couldn't even raise yourself. Your parents couldn't even raise you. So broken person meets broken person, procreates, creates you. So then you, still being broken from that relationship, continue on life, collecting all these broken pieces, all these shards of glass throughout all of the different relations and all of these interactions that you've had with other people, meet up with another broken person, and now you sit up there and create a child that's broken. And that's even more broken than you. If you could not psychologically fix yourself, what makes you think that you could psychologically fix a child or raise them better than you were ever raised? And then you want to sit up there and get mad at people when they start critiquing people with kids. For a lot of y'all, these are your kids acting like this. And if they're not acting like this now, oh, they will be. Because guess what? They're going to have friends. And their friends are going to have friends. And they're going to be, in a sense, being taught by social media, because that's the new television. See, when I was growing up, people had a fear of television basically raising kids. Before I was here on this plane of existence, parents had a fear of music raising kids. And then before them, parents had a fear of comic books and things of that nature raising kids. See how a lot of these things, in a sense, transition, and how we got to this point of now social media is the new television, it's the new radio, it's the new comic book. But the only difference is this shit is actually fucking real. So because it's real, it hits different. It's not a placebo, it's an actual drug. So just like how we talked about the crack epidemic and how it's taking a lot of us out, we got the social media epidemic, where it's real life and acting real life. So forget GTA. You got GTA in real life, because this is GTA real quick. You got dark-skinned black woman with a blonde ass wig. We clearly know that is not her hair. She is suffering from some type of self-hatred. And the way it is that she identifies herself with the type of hair that she has, because more than likely, she's had women in her community get on her, talk about her skin complexion, more than likely calling her the black sheep or all of these other types of disparaging names, and then also getting on or talking about her hair. And that has all culminated into her feeling that the European standard is the best standard in order for her to look beautiful and then attract some type of men that will find her attractive, even though her value and her vibration is oh so low. This is what that looks like. And yet again, this is something that you're not going to hear a lot of black women wanting to talk about directly in the black community. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. Like I said, I don't know what to tell y'all. I can only speak for myself, being a content creator and doing the videos that I do. It's a very, very tough thing to do, because there's a lot of videos that I look over, that I skip over. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't feel like, because it gives off, in a sense, a certain type of energy, right? I do have to put videos out there because certain things need to be shown. People have to understand certain things, regardless of, how the energy is with the story of the video. It's like, hey, I got to sit up there and deal with this all day long. Y'all get to sit up there and cut this off. You can literally be like, oh, SEIJIHITO's talking about what? What's the title of the video? Okay, let me hit that like real quick. Let me leave a comment. Bam. What, 5 seconds, less than a minute? But for content creators, this is something that basically stays with us. While we're sitting up there listening to videos of the families who lost lives, we're listening to the kids who lost parents. We're listening to the parents who lost their kids. We're sitting up there listening to people in the community crying, talking about how they remember all of this, that, and the third. Or better yet, We're sitting up there looking at the actual video, unedited, of somebody losing their life. And you're hearing them take their last gasp of breath. You're hearing their life leave their body. I remember some videos that I've sat up there and seen where a dude was shot so quick. When he was on the ground, you still saw the heat coming from the holes in his body. Imagine that. Imagine that. And you just sit up there, you could count the seconds on when he's gone. You could count the seconds on his breath. You can literally see his spirit leave his body. And this is what content creators have to deal with on an everyday basis. Well, at least certain content creators. Certain content creators. Because, it's ridiculous. Now, much love and appreciation, Sonny. Like I said, bro, I done covered a multitude of stories. That's not even safe either. I done cover brothers like Ed Buck. He done sat up there and ended up losing his life. I mean, not losing his life, but you have black men losing their lives to Ed Buck. And that is a man who plays for the exact same team, taking the lives of other men, but it's only specifically black men. And then we saw the documentary, or at least the stories that they wanted to bring out about Dahmer. So it's like, it ain't no safety net nowhere. Because, if we're going to be real, if men are violent naturally, men are going to be men no matter where they are. It don't matter what community they're part of, men are going to be violent. If that's what people want to, in a sense, look at stuff and talk about, and, all of those things, and like I said, I do those videos to let brothers out here know it's like, hey, that's not my style, nothing like that, but be safe, be careful, protect yourself. I'm probably one of a few straight black men out here that will literally sit up there and say something like that. Because a lot of dudes will be like, man, I don't really care. That's them. I ain't gonna touch that subject. I'm like, it's whatever it is. It's a black man at the end of the day. So, like I said, to all my brothers out there, I do love them. I really do. But it's like, it's a lot of shit out here. It's like, it needs to be talked about. Can't be, condoned. It can't be swept under the rug. It got to be highlighted. It just does. And just like I love black women, same exact thing. This shit needs to get highlighted. But like I said before, too many black women, strong black women with strong platforms, don't want to talk about this. Don't want to talk about it. They want to talk about everything else but talking about this. But lo and behold, let one of these women have lost their lives, they were like, oh, it's the black man's fault. He made them do it. He made them do it. It was the black man's fault. It's crazy. Timothy said, white men and white women only want, black folks as a pet they can sleep with. Don't be fooled. You know what? It used to be a point in time where, and this is me being honest, yet again for the umpteenth time, this is me being honest, right? You can go back, and I still got those videos up there, where I had issues with interracial relationships, and that's dealing with the fact of history. It's not solely due to the fact that, oh, you said you don't like it because he just don't like Caucasians. He just don't like Caucasians. Mind your business, right? No, it has to do historically. It has to do with a lot of the things that I've seen on social media. I've watched a lot of, how do I say it? I've watched a lot of videos of certain categories where I've seen black women get treated a certain type of way. Now, I'm going to say it like that. Somebody might write it down in the comment section, because pretty much a lot of the guys in here know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. And when you happen to see those videos, it hits. Like it's like almost like you're getting stabbed in the back. seeing those videos, watching black women allow themselves to get treated by this, by what they would consider a quote unquote preference. And I'm like, you're really this down bad that you're allowing these dudes to pay you a couple $100s just to do this? They're berating you and belittling you on the casting couch, talking about that you're worthless, that you don't have no value, you're barely even good for this. And then in certain instances, when it's time for you to get paid, they'll pay you on camera, but they'll crumble up the money and they'll throw it directly at you. Or they'll tear up the money and they'll put it directly over you. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff out here that black women don't want to talk about. They know that it exists. They know that it's out there, but they want to look over it because they're like, well, that's them. They made that choice. That's not me or any of the other black women that I know that hate black men that I roll with. That's not what they do. We value ourselves. We'll find ourselves a good white man. We'll find ourselves a white man that value us. All right, so be it. That's cool. Like I told black people before, and this is in general, if you black and you're in an interracial relationship, good for you. Let me just clap it up for you real quick. This is Seji not being a hater. This is Seji happy for you that you found some type of happiness. Now, this is Seji telling you some real shit. If you're in that relationship, shut the fuck up about the black community. Anything negative, shut the fuck up. Don't open your mouth. Don't sit up there and say shit either about a black woman or a black man. You don't have no room to sit up there and speak because you are not even in this community anymore. You decided to take yourself out of this community and put yourself into a whole other community, dealing with a whole other religion, whole other legacies, all other contexts. Now you got to deal with all of that stuff. You left something that you knew for an unknown. Like I said, if you're in a whole nother relationship and you're happy, go ahead and be happy. Be great in your lavender. Go ahead and do that. But shut the fuck up about black people. And I've said that a multitude of times. And I done seen some of y'all that magically want to roll up to the scene on some of my videos. You want to, but I'm a black guy, I'm in a interracial relationship. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like the way you're talking is completely crazy. Shut the fuck up, Brad. You're the black Brad at this moment in time. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you do, no matter how educated your ass is, you still a nigga. You still a nigga. That's it. Like that is what it is. If you got white friends, they're with you in proximity. What was it? 9 degrees of separation? That's pretty much what the fuck it is. Everybody that knows everybody knows you. You the only nigga that they know. You're in Montana. You might be in Kansas, motherfucking Iowa, Utah, wherever the fuck it is, where there's more, where the white population is like 89+%. Yes, you're that one black friend. And you got the gall to be trying to sit up there and try to really differentiate yourself from any other black man out here. Oh, I would never act like that. When I was younger, I always wanted to sit up there and wear, suits and ties. I was never sagging my pants. I talk with eloquence and, such dexterity. And, I use, such great verbiage. The white English language is such a beautiful language. I don't know why any of the blacks would, want to speak Ebonics. That's savagery. Like I said, man, just shut up. It's that simple. Just shut up. It gets to the point where it's like you try to navigate the waters and you're really trying to see the best and the greatest stuff directly out here. You get to a point where you just see everything like negative. And this is just me being honest, right? As a content creator, somebody that has to indulge in this, I have to like literally take this in every single day to sit up there and put out content. I got to take in every fucking thing negative, right? In order to put out content, in order to, put out news. And it's like, it gets to that point where it's like, damn, this is all we got, huh? That's it. This is the most that we got to show. This is the best of the best of the best of black people. This is all people want to emulate. Like, I wouldn't get mad if everybody wanted to like emulate the positive shit about black people. the educated black people, the inventors, the ones who are about integrity, respect, value. I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be pretty proud. I'd be pretty happy. I'm like, yo, that's us. It's like, yo, they love that aspect of us because that's obviously something that's missing from them. But obviously they got everything else. Right? So they're copying the one thing that they're missing, which is this type of behavior, which is this ratchetness, which is this hood rat itness. You know, like I said, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not know. It's crazy. Sonny said, excuse me, Jeffrey Dahmer and Jeremy Meek expose societies willingly will risk their lives, own safety to be thirsty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the one reason I put out the videos I did when it dealt with DJ Pope and other dude in South. It was about like 3 to 4 white men who got HIV who are knowingly having sex with black women. That's why I put those videos out. It's not because I'm hating. I'm trying to sit up there and save you because you can't sit up there and save yourself. And that's the same reason I sat up there and put out those videos where it dealt with white males who were specifically going after black men. Because the same exact thing is basically happening. It's just, a little bit of a difference. So, like I said before, it's so many, it's I only have so many ways to, in a sense, try to, show or tell black people that I care. And it's like the main thing that I try to tell people is that how to sit up there and put this. I don't know. I don't even know anymore because I feel like I've said it like too many damn times. I get tired of like repeating myself. So I'm not even going. I'm just gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave it. You know, like I said, I got some other videos. Basically, I got a field of videos coming up that I still haven't even put up yet. And also to let people know the reason I haven't done videos on a lot of the topics that everybody else has basically done. I've just gotten to a point where I'm like, everybody else is pretty much covering it. So I'm like, I'm probably just not going to do it. More than likely, I'm just not probably going to do it. And then on top of the fact, if the stuff needs to get out, other people got bigger platforms. So it's better for them to actually get those, those stories and whatnot out because more people are actually going to tune in and actually watch it. So I pretty much just stay on the smaller stories that people aren't covering, that people aren't really, in a sense, looking at. So that's pretty much what I do at this, at this moment in time. You know, so just to let people know, for the 53 people that that are here, just to let you know. Two Trev said, what the hell is going on here? So basically, this video is about 3 people in a sense. You have the black man, the Pookie, that is sagging his jeans meant for a 13-year-old, also wearing a bedazzled belt. And you got his side chick wanting to sit up there and fight. Pretty much at this moment in time, I don't know who's a side chick or who's not, so I'm just going to label who's who. So you got the side chick directly in the yellow hair, being a Super Saiyan, right? So as she's raging out, thinking about she's about to battle Frieza, you see Frieza come out from the ship, and he's like, oh, you monkeys. And he decides that want to let out the death beam quite a few times. So that's pretty much what happened, right? You got a Super Saiyan black woman hitting Frieza's spaceship. Frieza comes out with the death beam, fires a couple of shots, and there you go. That's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much what it is. Pretty much what it is. You know, it's sad. Let me tell you, Miss Williams, it ain't even worth it because you will be risking your life. Because I done shown and talked about so many stories of black men trying to do the right things. Even in some instances, it was fathers trying to do the right thing. And they ended up losing their lives because their daughters led them to their own death. And I sit up there and tell black men that it's like, at this point in time, it ain't even worth it to be the good guy. It's not worth it to try to be the hero because you want to die the hero. And ain't nobody going to care. Nobody's going to erect any type of monument for you once you're gone. Those women ain't going to remember you. They're not going to, visit your grave, visit your kids, take care of your kids, celebrate and come around. They're not doing none of that. They're not doing none of that. And the same thing, Miss Williams, they're not going to do that for you either. The moment in time that you decide to go into a situation like this and you want to risk your life, you have now put your life at risk, in peril, because you wanted to try to be the good guy. And ain't nobody going to care. They're not going to sit up there and march for you. They're not going to protest for you. They're not going to hold up signs for you. They're not going to sit up there and pay for your funeral. They're not going to show up to the hospital. Those families not going to care nothing about you. And like I said, with every fiber of my being and with all of the love that I have, please don't do it. Because I want you to be here. I don't know if you got kids. I don't know if you're in good terms with your family. Please save yourself. Save yourself. You are far more valuable than the ignorance that is on this screen. Far more valuable. Please do not risk your life in order to save people that do not want to be saved, because all they're going to do is drag you down. And it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You know, it's crazy out here. Grape said, just like Ice Cube said, you ain't white, so stop holding your ass tight. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's facts, but that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a good one right there. That's a good one. Somebody probably gonna be mad about that. I'm about to report this live stream. That was racist. ah. Set Apart said she's naked in the streets and he's Mr. Pookie Ray Ray. These are the ones they think we as black people are. This is why the world think we're a joke and less than human. That is 1,000% facts. That is 1,000% facts. 1,000%. Sonny said, when black men saw that OJ Simpson went through because of the white women, we fell back. DJ Pope debuted the Chad Wheelers. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Gail Jones said, "Is she shooting?" Yeah, that's Lord Frieza. She came directly to the scene. You are literally watching live action Dragon Ball Z. Live action Dragon Ball Z. So the dude with the sagging pants, that's basically Vegeta trying to tell Kakarot, is like, yo, I don't think you're gonna sit up there and make it. Like, come on, you gotta step back. And Frieza just, he's just showing up with the death beam. That's the other black woman. Bow bow, bow bow bow. That's what it was. Everybody, if you remember the Frieza saga, when Frieza fought Piccolo, Frieza came through with the death beam, shot him like 21 times. It was done. Mr. Piccolo. It was done. It was done. Ariel said, "Who got shot?" So the black woman that you see with the gun, all of her shots missed. It was another woman, a bystander, that ended up getting shot, but she got shot by way of a police officer that was responding to the scene. Yeah, Set Apart. Yeah, it was a cop. The woman who shot, bow, 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 she missed everything. Craziest thing. I'm thinking maybe it was warning shots. Maybe they were blanks. I'm not sure. But yeah, the cop was the one that ended up shooting somebody by mistake. You know, Grape said, yeah, the cop shot somebody innocent, but those people will be charged for that. Hopefully they will. Miss Williams said, who gave her the gun? My guess is either that a guy that she knows, or she bought it herself illegally, because the woman shooting, she left the scene. She did not stay for police to show up. Anybody who is legally able to carry has no problem, in a sense, staying at the scene and answering questions with police. She more than likely was not legally carrying, but she was bold enough to pull out that weapon over this dispute. She could have sat up there and drove off. She didn't have to do it, but like I said, you got two emotional women fighting over somebody that ain't good for nothing. It's crazy. Like I said, I wish more women. I'm sorry. I'm not, let me be more specific. More black women would have a better life expectancy, and they would have a better life if they would stop choosing black men like this. These types of specific black men that lead to these altercations. This leads to a lot of people losing lives. And if black women would actually choose guys who are actually hardworking dudes, who are, standard issue dudes. Like maybe they might not go to the club. Maybe they might not drink. Maybe they might not smoke, right? Somebody that they would consider like a geek, a square, L7, whatever it is. Maybe if they would choose somebody like that, you would see less black women in these type of instances. But the problem that ends up is that you have too many women, and now especially black women on social media, stating that average guys are boring. So they would rather go for the Pookie and the Ray Rays because they're more exciting. Because I guess black women like excitement, which means that they're more prone to lose their lives. So this is what you have. You know, it's crazy. Wait, Gail Jones said what now? ah, Timmy was like, I disagree on it, but it doesn't bother me anymore because if that non-black partner calls you a slur, don't crawl back to black people. Oh well. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, that's facts. And I try to tell both, like I try to tell both people that, like I try to tell black men and black women, I'm like, yo, don't be sitting up there crying to black people like if somebody want to call you a slur. Let me tell y'all something. I literally brought y'all a video where I read it from, like it was a women's magazine, and it was a black woman basically stating that her partner, during when they would get intimate, he called her a slur. He called her a name, and she was writing to them to try to figure out how to go about it and how to work through it and all these other types of things, listing how he was a good person, he's a provider, he's this, he's that. It was just this one incident. I'm like, you stupid. If you're a black woman and you're in a relationship with somebody who don't look like you, and they degraded you in such a way like that during a very personal and an intimate moment, you brought it on yourself and you are stupid for being there. I don't have no sympathy for you at all, because at the end of the day, you're still going to be there. That is on you. Like, it's crazy. Like I said, I really feel it's at a point now where you got a lot of black people that just like pain. They just like being hurt. And then they want to complain about being hurt, even though they like being hurt. It's crazy. Ain't that, what is that, like a sadomasochist? Masochism? I forgot. It's somebody know what it is. Somebody can correct me in the comment section. Y'all know. Yo, what's up, Zaire? What's up, man? What is up? What is up? Um, Miss Williams said that's what this lady did in front of her own family, two houses down from me in the summer. Listen, I don't need to see the results of negativity. I will hear about it on the news or something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, you like, yo, throughout the varieties of comments that you've made, you've listed a lot of things that you've been through and seen and different stuff like that. Like I say, you already been through too much. Please do not put yourself in that. Just please do not. It ain't even worth it. It is not even worth it, because ain't none of those people going to care enough for you to try to take care of you or your family that you're taking care of, possibly, if anything happens to you. That's the way I sit up there and look at stuff now. If I risk my life for a stranger, are they then going to take care of my family that's here? Are they going to look after them? Are they going to make sure that they're okay? If the answer is no, then I'm not about to be risking my life for nothing. Especially an instance like this, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. It's too much. It's too much masculine behavior all around. Too much masculine behavior all around. Directly in this video, and it's by way of the two women. Like I said, that's the other people. That's the other stuff people need to be paying attention to. The dude don't have control of none of these women, because all it would have took is for him to have control over one, and the whole situation would have been vastly different. He don't got control over nothing. That's why at the end of the video, you see him, he just let go and like put his hands down, man, like, man, whatever. He gave up on the situation because he was not built to handle that situation, even though it's a situation that he built, indirectly put himself in. But he's supposed to be the man of the situation, doing man things, but can't handle this. Crazy, and you shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it. And this also goes into the other aspect as well. A lot of women out here know that, the guys that they with are more than likely, like this dude, he was clearly with somebody else. Pookie and Ray Rays are normally with other women. Everybody knows Future, right? How many women been with Future and got kids with Future? Okay. It comes to a point in time where women got to take responsibility on, getting pregnant by dudes, getting pregnant with dudes who are like Future. You're not going to keep continuously saying like, oh, it's these black men that sit up there and just keep getting us pregnant. Who keep opening their legs at the end of the day, laying on their back? Who is doing that? Who is doing that? Who? It ain't black men sitting up there forcing them to do that. Like I said, these are people that's having these type of relations. And they're not even thinking about the after effects. Sonny said, guns blazing over that gas. What are we? Taliban and bundles. Yeah. And that's the other thing, too. Just think about that. You at a gas station and you firing a weapon. All of the you're around a highly flammable, I had to correct myself on that, liquid. One wrong, a spark can just set off something. And that whole thing is up, and now a multitude of people are injured. Like I said, people don't even be understanding stuff. AJ said, Timothy said, you want excitement? Play video games. That's bars. I play video games. That's my excitement. That's what I be, that's what I be doing. I'll go on Steam. I might go on Xbox. I'll play some Call of Duty or something. That's excitement for me. Because I got to deal with somebody talking shit or somebody trying to be racist. That's excitement enough for me. I don't need to sit up there and drink. I don't need to smoke. I don't need to do none of that. I don't even go to parties. Like I said, I am, as some people have called me before in the past, I used to get offended. But now I wear that as like a badge of honor or title. People will call me boring. I'm like, I'll be boring. You ain't going to find me getting shot. You ain't going to find me at any of these clubs with none of these niggas out here sitting up there fighting and all this other type of shit. You ain't going to find me doing that. I think I went to one club in my life, and that was due to my boy Ricky, and he was trying to get me out of the house because, my grandmother had passed during the time. That was the only time I went to a club. And you know what I saw at the club? Black women fighting other black women. Somebody make it make sense to me. Explain this to me. Somebody in the comment section. I need you to explain this to me. Explain it to me. How is it the first time Seji goes to a club, the first thing that I see in a parking lot / alley, weave on the floor, knockout, drag out with groups of black women fighting other black women? Explain that to me. I think Matter of fact, I think he filmed it. I think he filmed it. Somebody explain it to me. Like, that's crazy. Wait, I heard y'all talk. Yo, this man, yo, Sonny is crazy. Oh man. Oh man, that dude is funny. Oh man. Miss Williams said I read comments on YouTube and reply back. That's plenty of excitement for me. Wait, Tippy said it's pregnate a word. You know what? I probably did misspeak on that. I probably meant impregnate, but then I said pregnate. So you know what I meant, Tippy. You gotta be the funny one in here. You gotta be the character. Always gotta be a character out here. It's crazy. I can just hear Tippy laughing in the background on her phone. I can just hear it. It's crazy out here. Sonny said Candace lives her truth as a 50-year-old white. Oh, that's crazy. Oh man, Miss Williams said, "Wait, I'm pregnant." Oh man. Hey, like I said, hey, it's live, man. It's tough out here. You're trying to get your thought process together, and you misstep on some words. Your vocabulary be what was the word that was being used? Kerfluffle. It was it'd be some issues. You know, Said part said if there's not a fight at the club, it's not a good night. That's a shame. That's a shame. I mean, I guess you could say that for the Waffle House. If it ain't, if people ain't fighting at the Waffle House, the food ain't good. That's it's sad, but that's how people determine if the food is good at the Waffle House. People got to be fighting. I never forget the time like I literally went to like a Denny's at night. I'm talking about this is like maybe like two, like one or two at night when the club is getting out, and you see fields of black women coming up in there, just all up in there. And it just got to the point where you know how people say like when there's like one too many black people, it's time to leave. It got to that point where I was like thinking about really leaving because for whatever reason, the black women just started really arguing with like one another, and it was a whole bunch of pushing and all this other type of shit. And it got to the point where it spilled out into the parking lot, and then the people in the Denny's they sat up there and locked the doors because they started fighting outside. Like I said, you can't make this up. I wish that I could be a liar and just be saying shit, but no, it's like I've seen this shit even in my own. Like I'm trying to just be a patron. I'm just trying to like go out and just get like a late night breakfast because breakfast tastes good at late night. It just is what it is. If you never had pancakes at 12, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, you ain't living life right. I need you to go find God and then go in the kitchen and make you some breakfast around that time and tell me how it tastes. It hits different. But I'm just trying to be a patron and do some patronage at that business, at that establishment. And then I come there and I see my own people just sitting up there arguing and fighting. But it's not even my own people. It's specifically black women. Like I said, I would expect this. Sorry to say, I would expect maybe some brothers might be arguing. Yo, you stepped on my J's. Yo, you bumped into me. Yo, I don't like the way you was looking. Yo, you talking kind of greasy. I would expect that. But to see black women coming out from a club, you got your makeup, you got your hair, your eyelashes, your nails, you quote unquote enjoying yourself. From you going from that to now you wanna fight at an IHOP, where you wanna argue. I'm sorry, you wanna argue at the Denny's, and then you wanna push that outside to it escalates to the point of now people are fighting, and then the police got to be called. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yes, Denny's, and I think that Denny's is actually gone. As a matter of fact, I think that Denny's is. I think that boy is gone. But I think actually both the Denny's and the IHOP here is actually gone. So yeah, it's all bad. It's all bad. Tippy said, "I'm making that a word, pregnate, since them folks came up with T femicide or whatever that means. Yeah, that's a new word. I don't know nothing about that. Miss Williams said, uh, I be feeling blessed because there's been all types of things thrown during fights in a club and I was not harmed. I got pepper sprayed by a white girl in the club after she chose to get beat up. Ooh. Yeah, like I said, you gotta stay safe. You gotta stay safe out there. You gotta stay safe. Miss Yvette sitting up there laughing. Sonny said, where do you bring a gun to that you don't have proper footwear for? Um, that's a very good question. Some people just carry it everywhere. Like I said, the one thing that really threw me off about this situation, first of all, the woman with the gun is wearing some slides. She got clear cut some slides on, but then the other black woman that really want to fight, she walking around barefoot. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? What is really happening out here? Like I said, I need what brother Omar be sitting up here saying, brothers, please stay focused. Please stay focused. Like I said, a lot of these young dudes out here, I need y'all to stop sitting up there just messing around with these girls just because they got like something on their body. Like I need y'all to fix yourselves real quick because this is looking ridiculous. That is looking ridiculous. There is only one clear cut reason that I see that he is even with that girl. I can clearly see it, and I'm like, that is not even enough. I'm sorry to be dealing with all that. Nope, not at all. Not at all. Let me tell you, nope, not happening. Uh, uh, Reality said, when is the black man going to take responsibility for his actions? Oh, you just came up here late, huh? You rolled up here late. Yeah, what is this? 2 hours into the live stream? Man, that's crazy. I don't even got to dignify that with an answer. I'll let you do your research and find your own answers. 2 hours back. You can go 2 hours back because people want to roll up here being like a smartass. Nah, we no, I'm good on that. I'm not about to be. I'm not about to be repeating myself. We're not doing this. Like I said, I'm working on being a better and a nicer person versus just hauling off and just going off on people and just start raging. As soon as I start seeing people say some nonsense, I'm working on becoming a better Seji. Like I said, my health is of the utmost importance because I know that me raging and whatnot, raising my blood pressure, nobody's going to sit up there and roll up to the hospital. Yo, Seji, you okay? How you doing, Seji? Yo, I saw you. You broke that blood vessel. I saw the veins in your eyes, brother. I meant to sit up there and type to you that, yo, you need to calm down, but I couldn't type fast enough. My cell phone slipped out of my hands. It's like, yo, you gotta start caring about yourself more. That is what Seji is working on doing. Like I said, gotta get in better shape. Gotta stop stressing out because obviously I'm the only one stressing out about stuff, and other people are just like, it's whatever. It's whatever. Gail up here rolling in the comment section. Grape said, when I work security at nightclubs, some of the biggest fights we have to break up would be women and also lesbians because the jealousy is strong with them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That masculine nature is there. It is there. So when you sit up there, when I hear people or women, more specifically women, state that the world will be better off without men, or even being more specific, when I hear black women with platforms stating that the black community will be way better off without men, I'm like, you know what, you're probably right because you have women out there that'll just take over the whole actions and they'll still be bringing those mannerisms and that violence there because like I said, if anybody remembers the Outer Limits, there was a episode where they had, I think it was like the Y bomb or the X bomb, whichever chromosome it is, I don't even care at this moment, but it was something that basically eradicated 99% of the men off of the face of the planet. Do you know that they still had an army? Do you know that they still had a police force? Why is that? Because violence was still happening. Women were still doing things, irregardless of men being there or not. Ponder that one. But yet the world would be a safer place. None of these crimes would exist. There would be no reason for a police or an army because women would just get together. Bullshit. Miss Williams said, "Oh, she was funny. Okay, she's playing. Uh, let me see. It's always black folks' fault. We are always our own problem. Yeah." Shot said, did anyone hear about the wind blowing down this Big Denny sign and crushing his car? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about that. That was something. That was that was uh that was something. That was crazy. That was crazy. Don't know how that even happened. Somebody is going it's gonna be a nice lawsuit for that family. I'm sorry it had to, end that way. That's tough. That's real tough. ATL said no men need means no people. No, 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 no. ATL, you forget. What women have basically stated, and this is me generalizing, going through some of the videos that I've seen on social media. They've stated, and these are women. They've stated that women don't need men because they're able to get themselves pregnant. So men are not needed. Men are not needed. They were sitting up here going off of some study where it was like, oh well, scientists have figured out a way to sit up there and take the stem cells from you, and then basically you can insert that into a woman's egg, and therefore she can impregnate herself. We already see how incest works. So how do you think impregnating yourself with your own stem cell is going to end up? So that means that any potentiality of disabilities or any sicknesses, any faults in your genes, that's going to be pretty much 100% because it's your DNA impregnating you, which means that there is no room for anybody else's DNA to potentially cover or to delete out some of those imperfections. Right. No problem. Like I said, a lot of people don't happen to think a lot of things through, but it is what it is. If that's the society and the dream that people want to live in, so be it. Glory to the winner. You know, you know. ATL said, women can't stand other women. This is facts. And I've put out a lot of videos basically showcasing that fact. Even though women have showed up in droves to basically tell me that, focus on men. Men are the problem. Men are the greatest evil. Men are the criminals. Men are the villains. Men are this. Men are that. And I had somebody basically tell me that this is the craziest comment that I ever said. I'm sorry, not me ever said. This is the craziest comment I ever had a woman leave to me. She was like, "Well, my husband basically states that if you're a man and you're fixated on women, then that's highly questionable, and you should be more so as a man focused on men. Real men don't focus on what it is that women are doing." And I promptly told that woman, if your husband has a problem with me, he can pull up to the scene and we can clearly have this conversation directly on a live stream. And I did not, nobody came to that invite. They never came to the live streams and showed up to state anything. Like I said, if your husband has so much to speak on, then he can either speak to me directly on a live stream, because I'm not going to be, doing a back and forth like that. Or he can make a platform. And anytime I list these things, people seem to just time out as if they don't know what the hell to do. It's like I'm not. I got too many important things to do. I'm not about to make a platform. I'm not to be on a live stream. I'm an adult. I do adult things. I'm like, all right, but you do adult things, but your ass is on social media talking though, right? That's what we're doing, though, right? That's that's what it is, right? All right. Hold on. Let me. I gotta check something real quick. Hold on. Give me a sec. All right, I'm back. So, uh, it's like this is 1,000% crazy. At the end of the day, AJ said there is no hope for some of these creatures. We have to let them phase each other out. I mean, if that was possible, that's cool. Whatever, people can just go to a battleground. If you got an issue with somebody, glory to the winner. May the best man win. May the best man win. You know. Uh, Tippy said, "Well, to be fair, black men are supposed to lead, so I can't put the blame on the majority of problems on black women. It's both to me." Now, Tippy, I love you. I love you so much. You're a great, awesome person. Tippy, we gotta be honest here. We gotta be honest. I know that more than likely somewhere within you, you're like, well, if I sit up and say it's black women's fault, then it's going to fall on me and all this other type of stuff and da 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 and yada yada yada. It is what it is. You've heard me time and time again on this platform sit up there and do videos on black men doing negative things to black women, children, whatever it is, the black community. And I've thrown my own hat in there and basically stated that as black men, we need to be more of, we need to take more of a leader position, that we need to do better, that we need to start enacting certain plans in order to teach these young boys, these young black men, something of value instead of just handing them over the mirror image of the violence of what has happened from before. Because all of the shit, all of the culture that we see right now, this is like shit from like the 80s. This is like some 80s type shit, like gangster rap and all that shit. Like this is what came from that, right? And I sat up there and said at the end of the day, it's like, yo, we as black men, in a sense, we had control over this. We could have sat up there and swayed the narrative. We could have did a lot of things of that nature, but we didn't. And that's me sitting up there, be honest, as a black man. And I wasn't even really there during that time, but I'm still going to throw my hat in there because gangster rap and all this other type of stuff is still prevalent. Even to certain extents, I listen to it, but I listen to it for other reasons because I'm using that energy in order to help me focus. Because I know how to differentiate me using this music to try to sit up there and do a drive-by versus me using this music to try to sit up there and focus and push forward. But a lot of other young black men don't know the difference and they don't know how to do that. I taught myself that. A lot of them don't know how to teach themselves shit. And the way that I go about it when I talk about black men, like I said, you already know I'm pretty even on a lot of shit. I do the exact same shit when it comes to black women. The exact same voice and the exact same mouth that I have when it comes to black men, I have that exact same mouth when it deals with black women. Like I said, everybody wants equality, correct? Everybody wants to be treated equal and all this other type of shit. And that's what I do. I ain't about to be letting women cherry pick shit, talking about some, oh, well, we want equality, but not that type of equality. We want equality, but we only want this. No, 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 no. I'm giving all that shit. The good, the bad, the ugly, the dark. Everything is sitting up there happening. And for me, and this is just my opinion now. This is just my opinion. The only way that the black community, in a sense, will be fixed is the moment in time that black people start to acknowledge and take responsibility for those things that they do have control over. So that means if you got kids in your family acting crazy, it's your responsibility as a family member to try your best to sit up there and try to fix or turn that situation. Because if you don't, I promise you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be planning a funeral. Because they're either going to come after somebody in that family or they're going to come after somebody that's out there in the public. And it's going to be a forever revolving door of revenge. And that's how it's going to be. So, like I said, it's black people got a lot of work. Like I said, I get what it is that you're saying. I get it. I understand it. But this is the same thing that has got us directly to this circumstance, because people are like, well, it's both people's fault. I'm like, I'm not too sure, because there's a lot of instances out here. If women, I'll put it to you like this: if 12 women choose the same type of guy to date and get impregnated by, is it the woman's fault or is it the man's fault? Is it the man's fault that these women laid down on their backs unprotected and got pregnant by this dude? Or is it the women's fault for deciding to go out there and seek this dude out, knowing the fact that lines of women are impregnated by him? They're not married. There's no fiancés. There's no girlfriends. There's no life-term partners. And more than likely, he's not even a great father. Whose whose fault is it for that to take place? Because for that example, I'm going to go back to the whole thing of what women said: my body, my choice. So if it is my body, my choice, and I'm supposed to go by that logic that women has basically stated, that is on the woman. Because yes, that dude is out there having relations with those women, but it is those women deciding to say yes and lay down unprotected with that man, allowing another life to be brought here. Women have control over life, right? Women have literally, women have life control over life and death. If they are holding a child directly within them, they can sit up there and do Plan B or go to Planned Parenthood or do other means. Or if a woman is holding a life, she can decide, I'm going to nurture that life. I'm going to care about that life. I'm going to bring this life into this world, and I'm going to take care of it. So again, everybody has responsibilities. Everybody has responsibilities. So I can sit up there and side on the whole thing. If you're saying it's both people's fault, yeah, okay, cool. But also within that, in the same breath, men have responsibilities that men have to deal with, and women have responsibilities that women, and only women, have to deal with and are able to fix. But the reason why a lot of women can't fix or own up and take responsibility to a lot of their things is because people always want to sit up there and say, well, it's the man's fault. He was a part of it too. And I'm like, yo, hey, like I said, if we're trying to fix things, we got to start being honest with a lot of stuff. Because the moment in time that we start pushing this onto other stuff, guess what? It's going to be a problem. And then those children are going to start to enact the exact same actions and exact same wording that we're using at this moment in time. And I'm not trying to sit up there and have kids that's going to be like, oh, well, I'm going to shift the blame. I'm not responsible because my parents were responsible. So it's everybody else's problem. I ain't doing that. ATL said clones aren't children. Well, it is, yeah, hey, that's the technology. Grape said, I would say when black women take accountability for their actions. Timothy said, wasn't that a huge misunderstanding of that study though? Hey, look here, it's whatever they wanna say. Hey, Britt, what is up? Much love, respect, and appreciation. Set apart said, yeah. So what will they be birthing? They deserve whatever beast they birth. I don't know what they're gonna do. Tippy said, LOL. Akon said men can have children without women, just use an incubator. Well, if you're looking at the aspect of like an artificial like womb, um, sure, but you would still need an egg from a woman. So yeah, nah, I'm not exactly too sure what Akon was exactly. You know what? Akon is up there, so he might know of some stuff that we don't know of. So you know what? I'm not going to say that he's incorrect, because he was able to get what was it? He got about like 200 or whatever hundreds of millions of dollars from China to build a city. You know what? He might know some technology that we don't. Because remember, the Chinese were the ones that allowed people to do genetic DNA editing to their kids. If you want your kids to have blue eyes, they got blue eyes. If Yeah, well, I'm not. That was a hell of a name right there. But much appreciation to that person who just subscribed right there. Much appreciation. Um, that's a crazy name. Let me tell you, that's something that I would only see on Xbox. Whoo, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, the last time I checked, the Chinese were the ones that came up with the technology for DNA editing. And they, in a sense, if anybody remembers Batman Beyond, they touched on DNA editing, where it was an episode where the kids in school, it was called like splicers, right? And or splicing, which is when they would take the DNA or the DNA sequence of an animal of your choosing, and they would insert it into the teenager. So if you wanted the DNA sequence of an eagle, I'm sorry, I say eagle, falcon, a shark, a tiger, a cheetah, they would insert that DNA into yours, and then you would automatically appear as that. Your body would automatically transform, and it would be a humanoid version of that. So like I said, I keep telling people, art imitates life, life imitates art. Um, Let me see. I mean, you got some men that just agree with like other men just because. I don't know what to tell you. I at least like to look up some stuff, before. But Grape said, "Oh, you responding back to what's the name?" AJ said, "Remember what happened to Dolly, the clone sheep? Her death was related to health problems stemming from her unnatural beginning." Hey, it is what it is. Whatever people want to do. ATL says social engineering. Miss Williams is up here laughing. Miss Williams said, "Why do people take caps as rage or something?" LOL. The funny thing is, I used to technically, hey, Miss Peoples, what is up? What is up? What is up? Much love and appreciation. Um, Miss Williams, I used to technically type in caps. I just do it because I like how it looks. So anytime I respond back to y'all, you'll start to see certain words like typed in caps, and I just like the way it looks. That's just me. you know. Um, Miss People said, "Blessed New Year." Same to you as well. Sonny said, "I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I wouldn't even entertain a guy like that. He's not worth watching." Oh, yo, Sonny. Oh, that man crazy. Let me tell you. Miss Williams said, "My daughter gives me real rage in the morning without even yelling LOL. I just ask her, why are you raging?" She gives you that silent anger. You just wake up angry for like no reason just because. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, kids are funny that way. They'll just be mad about something just for like no reason. Something that it don't even need to be mad about, and then later they'll be like, "I was just mad for no reason." I'm like, "What? You don't say you was mad for no reason." Oh my goodness. Miss Yvette said, "Men can't effectively lead with women consistently battling them for their leader positions." Oh, that's bars. Hold on. Let me just leave that one up there. Let me just leave that up there because I don't think a lot of people understand. I don't think people even heard what it is that she said. She said men can't effectively lead with women consistently battling them for their leader position. That's facts. But Miss Yvette, what would happen is you would have women state that, "Oh well, we wouldn't have to battle men for it if men would actually just lead." See, it's this never ending circle that's going to transpire. It's a never ending circle that's going to forever transpire, and the reason why that things just won't get fixed. You got women out here that say that, well, the reason I'm masculine is because I was forced to be this way. It was because I was placed in this position. Now, you have some women that are like, all right, well, I had kids and I was forced to be the mother and the father. Nobody forced you to try to be a father. I've never, ever in my life heard a single father sit up there and say, I was forced to be a mother. I ain't never heard that in my life. And I know some single fathers out here, good single fathers that's taking care of their children. The children live with them, and the mother ain't nowhere to be seen. And I ain't never once heard the dude sit up there and say, man, I'm the mother and the father. I'm forced to be the mother. I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard the dude sit up there and say, like, yeah, I'm fighting for this this motherhood position because I'm the mother at the end of the day. They're gonna respect me as the mother. What? What? I ain't never heard that. But you'll hear women out here on social media talking about I'm the mother and the father. I'm the father. I'm a better father than he ever could be. What? What are we talking about right now? You're trying to say that you're a better man than he ever could be? You're only one. You're a woman. God made you one thing. You don't got no dual identities out here. If you do, you should have never sat up there and had kids to begin with, because that dual identity is now going to be passed down to them kids. Y'all all need help. Like I said, my mom, case in point, love her with every bit of my soul, every fiber of my being. I ain't never heard my mom sit up there and tell me to my face, I'm the mother and the father. I was forced into a masculine position. I was forced to be a man. I was forced to have this masculine inner. I ain't never heard that. Because at the end of the day, she was like, yo, it is what it is, but God made me only one thing, and I can only be that. I can never be a man. I cannot be a father, and I'm not trying to be. I can only be the best mother and the best woman that I can be, that God intended for me to do. And that's exactly what she did. And that's exactly what she's still doing to this day. So to sit up there and hear a lot of women saying all of this stuff, it's weird to me. Because that's not the type of woman that I was raised around. That's not the types of things that was shown to me. But like I said, that's now the culture. That's now the culture where you got women out here being proud of, oh, I'm masculine. I'm proud of being masculine. And you better sit up there and accept me. How no matter how masculine I am, you better sit up there and accept me. And if you don't, that just means that you like men. What? Huh? Huh? So if a dude don't want to be with a masculine acting woman, so he don't want to be Ash Ketchum, Pikachu, I choose you, because he doesn't want to throw the Pokeball at you, aka that ring. He don't want to be in a relationship with you because of your attitude and your manners and your mouth. Now automatically he got to be playing for the other team. What? Who made you the ruler, the measurement of women? That's crazy, because if that's the measurement, it is very low. If that is a light spectrum, it's invisible light that no one can see. That's crazy. But like I said, that's the culture that's directly out here. That's what has been enabled and reinforced by a lot of these female platforms out here, where they're consistently talking about, like I showed y'all the one video where the girl, she was like, I got that in me. I be grinding. I'm on my hustle. I'm this, I'm that, beating her chest. That beating of the chest, that's her reinforcing that she is so much more of a man than the men that she has dated. That's crazy. If you're a woman and you got to tell yourself that you're more of a man than the men that are either around you or that you've been with, you need to go look at yourself, and you also need to go look at the types of men that you're attracting. I ain't never heard a dude talking about, like, yeah, I got this motherliness and these emotions in me. I got that type of femininity about me. I'm more of a woman than the other women out here. What? Bruh, I need you to hold on. Do you even hear what you're saying? Do you even hear what you're saying right now? Just like how stupid that example is that I just gave of a dude saying that, that's how stupid women sound. And there's only one group of women saying this. There's only one group. Just saying. All right, I ain't gonna say the whole name though, but IW, I'm just gonna label you as IW. IWO said that part about men is supposed to lead is true, but understand if we're to lead, we need someone to lead. Both the head, men, and the body, women, are sick. This is true. This is true. Both things can be right at the same time. Both points can be right at the exact same time. And y'all right. And that goes right back into what I stated earlier about if we're going to talk about accountability, there's a lot of accountability that needs to be looked at. And I touched on both aspects of black men and black women. But the problem that comes about is the fact that black men have been made to be accountable for decades, for years, whatever it is. Even if a black man didn't do it, it's still a black man's fault. Even if a black man is being a father in his family or whatever it is, or being a positive black role model, he still gets blamed for if somebody ended up getting killed, if somebody got murdered, if there's drugs being sold, he still gets blamed. So it's like there is no type of win at all for a black man, especially if he's doing good. It ain't no win, because you're still at the end of the day going to be made to be held accountable for some wrongdoings for whatever black man is out there, which is crazy. It was crazy. Shah says, so what she's saying is women are now asexual. Yeah. Sonny said, I'm not doing better. Nothing. People need to learn how to decipher behaviors and not mistake harmony. Right. Timmy said, I'd rather stay at home, be a housewife, be submissive, but can black women really do that today? I mean, be amazing if all black women can stay at home, wife resting in her feminine energy. Well, see, the problem with that, Tippy, is that, matter of fact, let me see if I got that clip. If I got it, I'll put it directly up here. Hopefully I do. That'd be great if I do have the clip up here. It's gonna take me a little bit to find it. Let me see. I got to do it by type. All right, let me see if I can find this real quick. I will actually upload it, because somebody there's actually quite a few things I want to sit up there and cover, but it was more so leading into the fact of why it is that we got problems in the black community. I think I'm actually encroaching on the video as I speak. My bad. I'm rolling through and I gotta find this video real quick. I know what it is. I know what it looks like. It's just a little bit tough to find it because I got so many videos directly down here and I'm not exactly seeing it. This is crazy. Maybe it might be a little bit further down. Let me see. There's people stealing. That's fights breaking out. Muhammad Ali. Okay, it's not here. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm actually going to have to go back and I have to find the clip. But there was a video, a movie a long time ago that in a sense led or could be said to be part of the reason as to why it is that single motherhood is, a type of thing, right? So let me see. I found a clip. I found it. I don't think I actually downloaded it. So if anybody remembers an old film called Claudine, right? And this is like a little synopsis, right? Throughout the film, Miss Kabak, a social worker, visits Claudine at her home and asks her if she is employed and if she is dating anyone. Claudine always claims to be unemployed and single to make sure to get the maximum amount of the benefits. which she desperately needs if Claudine has a job or dates anyone and receives gifts from her boyfriend. The social worker has to deduct any money or gifts from her benefits, forcing Claudine to lie. Having a husband would be even worse and cause her to lose her benefits altogether. And that was as which was you'll happen to see the image when I got it downloaded. That was about 50 years ago today. That movie was made in 1974. 1974. So even back then, you can see where everything has basically transitioned. So this is going back to the point of what Tippy was sitting up there saying about, being able to be at home and, be a mother and, not have to like worry about a lot of things. They've made it in a sense not beneficial for black women to live that idyllic dream of getting married and just being at home, being just being a wife or being a stay-at-home mom, whatever it is. They've switched things up in order to break apart that dynamic in between black men and black women and to further fractionalize and further hinder and pretty much try to destroy the black community unity, value, respect, and all of those things. So it's like black women could do it. They very much could, but due to the fact of everything, all of the plans that have transitioned and been enacted in order to get black women away from black men, this is where we are at this moment in time where we have black women that are like, hey, I don't need you. I'm making my own money. I'm chasing a bag. Like you'll see a lot of videos out there where black women are like, yo, I'm chasing a bag. I'm getting the money. I'm this. All of that lingo, those are words that you would normally hear from black men. I've always heard from dudes when I was younger or older. It's like, yo, man, yo, young blood. It's like, yo, go out here and chase the money. Don't be chasing these women. Build yourself up, then go find a woman, right? Because that's how it's supposed to work, right? So let me give y'all that image real quick, just in case like some of y'all might not know what it is that I'm talking about real quick. This is what's the name with Claudine, right? This is what that looks like. Just in case, people might not, know specifically what it is. I'm not playing like the music and stuff because it might be, copyright or whatever it is. So, we ain't trying to deal with that. But some of y'all that know the film, y'all know the film. So y'all know what it is that, I'm talking about. And a lot of these things have been enacted and have been placed in order to have black women and the black community a certain type of way, right? Because in a sense, you can almost look at black women as the gateway, right? And if you allow anything through that gateway, then everything is going to spread pretty much. Black men, yes, are the defense. But what are we defending? We're defending that doorway of which everything comes through, right? We come through black women. Life comes through black women, right? Society, in general, the cradle of civilization, right? Black women. So the moment in time that black men are either taken out of the picture, they're annihilated, they're no longer there, or they've given up whichever one of the directions it is, this is what it looks like. It comes down to and it leads to a society of brokenness. I forgot to actually put that on a loop to basically keep that running. Like I said, it's crazy. It was crazy. Let me see. Hey, Bagani, yo, what is up? What is up? What is up? What is happening? What is happening? Tippy said, I get it, Seji, but it's both because who told these black dudes to get those women pregnant? I get you. I get you. So, Tippy, I will ask you this question. Who told black women to go get pregnant by black men who they're not even with and then pin the child on the good guys. Who told black women to do that? Are we still going to blame black men, or are we going to sit up there and blame black women on that? Because I need to know. I need to know. Because you got women out here that be doing some unscrupulous things, and people don't want to talk about it. You got a lot of women out here that are pregnant, but it's not by the guy that they're with, but they're pinning that pregnancy on that guy. So who are we going to blame? Are we going to sit up there, because a woman knows at the end of the day, regardless of however she got pregnant, a woman knows who got her pregnant. A woman knows the bodies that she's been sleeping with. So who's at fault for that? Are we still going to be blaming the men? It's like, oh, well, that man who got her pregnant, he's the reason that man is getting blamed. It's the man's fault at the end of the day. Or are we going to blame the person who is carrying the child that slept with those bodies, that exchanged those fluids, that's now bringing life into the world, but not being honest about who realistically the father is? I'm just asking questions. I'm asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. This is facts. This is facts. This is facts. Bogani said, but so many men are consumed by self-hate. There aren't many choices, which means lower expectations. Well, I'll put it to you like this. You do have self-hatred that is there. Correct. Can't sit up there and take that point away from you. You are 100% correct. There is self-hate there. But who are these women specifically looking for? Are they looking for nerds? Are they looking for dudes who are, let's say, going into tech, who are entrepreneurs? Are they sticking it out with these guys that they know, like, yo, he's in college. He's going to be here for like 7 years because he's going to be a doctor. Are they sticking it out with that guy? Are they staying in a relationship with that guy? Or are they trying to sit up there and spread their wings, aka their legs, and see what else is out there? Because there's a lot of instances where women have been honest on these platforms that I've talked about. I've looked at some female podcasts, and some women are like, you know what? I had a lot of great guys, and I decided to be with other men. And then they're like, now I'm at the point in time where I want to be with those guys, right? So what she's saying is, when she was earlier on, when everything was fun and all this other type of stuff, she was all cool, like, opening up and spending time with a lot of these dudes. But she just specifically didn't want to spend it with those good guys because they didn't really excite her. They didn't really move her ovaries. So now, once those bad guys, those exciting guys, their expiration date is done, now she's ready to settle down and be with one of the good guys. And the good guys are like, I ain't trying to see that. You good now. You done saw the world. So you had untold many options to basically go out there and find you a good guy, but you opted not to do so. So it's like I said before, I've been in these situations. I've literally been in relationships where the girls decided to not stay with me, and they wanted to sit up there and be with Jerome, Tyrone, Brandon, whoever it was. They wanted to be with all these other dudes because it made, their ovaries move. And I'm like, well, that's on you. So now you're going to be, destitute and pregnant. It is what it is. Ain't nothing I can do for you. Ain't nothing I can do for you. Now, Timothy said it's both of our faults, men trying to lead from the streets while women lead, they're blind. Now, see, this is the thing, though. You're only talking about a specific type of men leading from the streets. Nobody's talking about this. This is the problem that I have. Everybody always wants to highlight the negative black men out here, but nobody wants to look around and actually highlight and put on a pedestal all the positive black dudes out here that are doing good shit. They're creating businesses, they're buying up homes, flipping homes, they're sitting up there building up the community, purchasing up the community, making up businesses, hiring their families and their friends and stuff. But then when you highlight it, people will be like, "Oh, well, it's only a couple of them doing it." So you mean to tell me 90+% of black men are just doing negative shit, and then you only got 10% of black men only doing something positive? Nah, I'm sorry, I'm not going with those numbers. You better pull up some stats. Better be pulling up some stats. Like I said, like I said, that's the way that you looking at this. That's the same way that women look at black men. It's like, where are all of the good black men at? Ma'am, take off those $2,000 shades that you got on and actually start looking around. They're out there. It's the fact that you're not interested because they're not making your ovaries move. That's all it is. You're not interested in them because they're not going to talk to you in a certain type of way. They're not going to belittle you, right? They're not going to act as like a degenerate, somebody that you, in a sense, got to fix. See, that's the problem. You got a lot of women out here that only want to be with certain types of men that they know that they can fix, right? They don't really want to be with a dude who don't need them to fix them. They only want them to be there because it is a compliment. It is complimentary, right? A man can do certain things, and then a woman can add on and do certain other things that dude just, it's not possible for him to do, or maybe he doesn't have the energy to do. And it's the same thing vice versa. Women are able to do certain things, and then there are certain things that women aren't able to do. So that man comes in and he compliments her as well. It's the same exact thing, but yet that's not how people want to look at stuff. So this is why we are, at the point in time, at the degraded, type of, fault, or what's the better word? Stance. It's a word I'm looking for. This is why we're at a standstill, pretty much. This is why we're destitute. This is why we're not moving. This is why we don't really have anything that's 100% benefiting us as a black community, right? Sonny said, in my day, the craziest black female we all knew was Left Eye. That is bars. That is bars. Mahoko, what is up? What is up? What is up? Says, yeah, I caught your live stream. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. This is actually an impromptu live stream, just like the same thing I did before. So, I'm not sure who reality is talking to. I guess she must be responding to somebody else. I'm guessing. Yeah, must be grape. Britt said, older, bitter black women feeding younger, naive black women about men they wish they had. Yeah, yeah, yep, yep. And the young black girls don't even understand it. They don't even know. And they just falling directly for it because they think that they're getting the best information possible. When realistically, the older black women are giving the younger black women all of the energy, all of the baggage, all of that hurt and all of that pain, turning them just into a younger version of them so that they can carry that message a lot longer and a lot further than they ever could. That's all it is. That's all it is. Let me see. Hack said, I remember that episode. Right. Multitasking. Men can lead. You men take control, take over. Don't let women stop you. Some of us act like kids, so treat us like kids. Oh, Tibby is funny. Tibby is funny. Feminism taught black women how to be a man and start hating their softness. Confusion is a strong drug. Stop the cap. Women are choosing to be masculine. I've stated that as well. Pokemon was a shit. That's bars. Still is. I want to be the very best. that no one ever was. Lord have mercy. Only Tippy. This is why I'll be reading half of the comments. This is exactly why. Uh, Britt said, "Has anyone seen the video of of a man from the T community, pregnant and chest feeding the baby a seahorse?" Oh man, let me tell you, I got a lot of videos, and I'm gonna have to word some stuff because I know that people are gonna be highly sensitive when I bring these stories out. And I'm going to have to put up a warning ahead of time because just in case the videos get reported, even though it is a true video or true videos, true stories, I'm still going to have to put that warning up because people that are silent in the background that just watch and don't say anything or leave a comment, they'll just hop on just to sit up there and try to report 1,000 times and to send it to like their telegrams and all this other type of stuff. So trust me, I got some videos. I got some videos coming up. I just got to get to them. I got about three, maybe four, if not more, sitting directly in front of me on my tab. Trust me, and they're bad. They're bad. They are bad. When I mean that they're bad, they're bad. But I gotta do them. I gotta put those out. Um, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. It says you ah, oh man. You said it's pronounced. No, I know what it is. That's why I said IWO. I know what it is. I'm not putting that out. I'm not saying that. Gail said, "Thy bundle trappeth the spirit of unknown souls, thus spoileth the soul of the wearer of said bundle." Wow, wow, Gail out here with Bible bars. Let me see. Uh, Let me see. A lot of men say that they want a traditional woman. I think it's fair if you be a traditional man, leave the household. I don't know. It's like I should have just pre-read that before I read it, and then I read it, and then I was like, ah, yeah, James Earl Jones. That's the guy, aka Darth Vader. Warfare, the division of the black family. That is facts. 1,000%. They had to hide TV sets and the men's clothing to prevent the social worker from having the babies. Yep, yep. This is the thing. So you have, I remember that I went over, out of all people, it was the CDC that had the statistics, and that we're talking about black men are more present in and around their child's lives more than any other group of men. Any other group of men. So that means white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever you got out here in America, they were more present in their children's lives than all of those groups. So the ones that they might have been talking about in that documentary, you had those few that might have did leave. They might have did leave. I don't know what their reason was for leaving. You got some men that are like, yo, I just was never meant to be a father. It is what it is. Other men are sat up there and left because of issues that they were happening between that woman and whatever else, or what have you. So like I said, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. This is just a Hollywood film. I've watched a documentary about what really happened. Well, Tippy, let me express to you this little bit here. Back when I was younger, this is a story I keep telling. Back when I was younger, and I was with a person, and they ended up being pregnant, and the child wasn't mine. Said person was going to put me, try to sign my name on the birth certificate, but that didn't happen because the DNA test was given, and thankfully so. And when that test was in a sense given, proving that I was not the father, and they were going to put my name down there because they needed, because during that time, the law stated that in order for a woman to receive benefits, the name of the father, or at least a name of a man, needed to be on that birth certificate in order for her to receive any type of money or any type of benefits. So it's not just a Hollywood film, Tippies. I can promise you, me seeing the police, that black officer at my door serving me papers, telling me that if I don't do X, Y, and Z, that there's going to be a warrant out for my arrest. It is not just a movie. It is reality. I can promise you that. And like I said, that's something I don't wish on no dude, no young man to ever have to sit up there and go through. And this is why I have the utmost empathy and sympathy for a lot of dudes out here, who have to go through court and try to clear their name. You know, let's see. Father holds no merit, has zero value, but wants leadership. Leadership without merit is a figurehead you hang on the mantle for status. Let me see here. Now, Tippy, you know damn well I didn't even sit up there and say that. You know damn well I didn't sit up there and say that. I literally gave you the examples of both sides of the community as a whole, and then specifically men, and then specifically women. I don't know. I don't know what you talking about right now, lady. Barbara says she got put in Facebook jail. Damn, that's tough. That's tough. You know. That wasn't true. The husband had to prove he was looking for work to receive benefits and have him in a home. That rule of no man in the house was from 1983 to 1987. Supreme Court decision ended it. Well, firstly, hold on, Tippy. Hold on. This is the thing. I use this because this is a movie I just sat up there and ran into. This wasn't even actually like a part of like my movie history. Like I said, this was 1973. There's a lot of movies from like the 70s and the 80s I've never seen. Claudine technically being one of them. Just saying. Just just saying. And then for Cindy, first of all, I don't even know who you are at this moment in time. Cindy, not exactly sure what side you're exactly working for, what part of the fence there. Um, but that's cool that you stated that that ended back in 19 it was from 83 to 87. Um, that's cool, but the dude that was there, that was Claudine's boyfriend. That wasn't they didn't become husband and wife up until like the end of the movie. And even beyond all of that, as I've stated, every state is directly different. Go back and look in Michigan, and look, there was a specific time that it was, in a sense, a law in Michigan where it was like, hey, you need a father. You need a man. Somebody has to be on this birth certificate in order for you to get any type of benefits. That was happening for a certain amount of time. And I was basically in line to be directly up for that up until I did a DNA test. So, like I said, you're talking about one time period. I'm talking about a whole other time period of which I was a part of and I was there. So, just saying, do some research, do some research. Britt said, I never heard of it either. Can I keep my black card, please? Yeah, I'm right there with you. Let me tell you. Like I said, there's a lot of films I never really watched the field of like black exploitation films and different things of that nature. So like I said, a lot of people, if we try to look at it to a certain extent, a lot of y'all more blacker than me. It is what it is. It's nothing I can realistically do about that. Ain't nothing I can do about that. Let me tell you something though. Uh, for the most part, this is like one of the live streams that in a minute that I've been having like some fun. We've actually been doing pretty good on this live stream. We had about 760 people actually like roll through, which is actually pretty dope. Pretty happy that some of you guys were able to roll through and take part in the live stream and the conversation, regardless of if we agree or disagree or not. Like I said, I love the conversation. I love the interaction. Happy that you guys were here. Happy that I was able to see some of you guys because it's been technically a minute that I've seen a lot of you guys here. I miss you guys. I miss you guys a lot. I miss you guys a lot. So yeah, hopefully, I will, see you either in the comment sections under some of the videos, or I'll see you guys on, other live streams, directly. As well, like I said, all conversations are very healthy conversations. Leads towards growth. More understanding, seeing other people's perspectives on, on different things and and stuff of that nature. Like I said, it's dope. It's pretty dope. Yo, IMB, what is up? What is up? Say YouTube is the new welfare for slot of black women now? Oh, I'm confused on that one. I think I get what you're saying, but I'm a little bit confused. LT said, and they'll say that Seji is a male chauvinist. I mean, that it is what it is. It is. Tiffy talking about, I'll be right back. She ain't gonna make it back no time soon. you know. Um. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I done showed y'all like comments of people saying like a variety of things directly about me, and my commentary specifically coming from women. Either it was black women or people masquerading as black women. Either which way, I've had those comments. It is what it is. Like I said, um, when you're on social media and whatever it is, and you give your opinion on stuff, hey, people are going to sit up there and critique you. They're going to feel a certain type of way, and you got to be able to deal with it. So it is what it is. I'll take it. Like whatever they want to call me is completely fine because I'm pretty sure the actual men in their lives, they're not going to have that same voice. They're not going to have that same type of animosity and whatnot towards them. So I get it. I'm an outlet. I'm just a target. And they just want to say some stuff. It's cool. It's whatever. AJ said some men did hide or leave the house when they found out the social worker was in the neighborhood so his family could get benefits they needed. Yeah, yeah. But people feel differently about it, and people want to list different stuff to say that only lasted like a certain amount of time, as if this wasn't something that was consistent, as if this isn't something that other people have heard that have taken place in or amongst their own families or their friends or different things of that nature. So, you know, like I said, it is specifically what it is. But as always, I love you guys. Care about you guys. I want you guys to go out there and be great. Be safe. If y'all making dinner, go spend time with your family. Your friends. Go relax. Go do something. Positive. To alleviate a lot of negative energy, any residuals directly, out of your energy and whatnot. And go have fun. Go have fun. Now, I mean, technically, what I could do, I could let this keep going, and y'all could be talking in the comment section. I could do that, but then if I do that, I might not be able to play some games on here because I might use a lot of resources. I might have some problems. I might have some problems. I don't know. But like I said, I love you guys. Much appreciation to like the 42 that's here. Uh, Lord have mercy. This is why I don't. This is why I don't highlight comments no more. This is exactly why. This is why I don't highlight comments at all. Tippy ain't serious. She just playing. That girl is just playing. Gail and Tippy been here for a long time. They be joking around and playing and whatnot because they understand and know that doing these stories and whatnot is a little bit tough. So they'll say a lot of off the wall things. In order to, get me laughing and stuff like that. So, no, I ain't highlighting nothing, Tiffy. I ain't highlighting nothing. I'm not highlighting nothing. River said, I'm glad I found alive. I'm happy you found alive as well. Much love and appreciation. Like I said, I wish that I can technically have these conversations with the greater percentage of you guys that actually subscribed to the platform about like a month or two ago. That'd be great. Like I said, because people would actually get to know, the guy in a sense who does, the content, have, a better understanding, of things of that nature. But that seems to never happen because YouTube doesn't want it to happen. So this is why I will just consistently have people like, oh, Seji doesn't like black women, Seji this and Seji that. I'm like, all right, I guess. What? Reality says something nice about me? Reality was like, Seji, a cool guy. I am shocked and I am appalled. I don't even know how to take it. I almost feel like that's an insult. Sitting up here saying something nice. After you be sitting up here going hard body in the comment section and on live streams. After all of the many, many, many arguments that we have sat up there and had that have transpired. I can't believe this. Lord have mercy. This is why I gotta be in the live streams. Tippy just be going on a full fledged. We can't be doing this. This woman out here. Facebook doesn't like it either. Yeah, yeah. Facebook be out there. Let me tell you. You know. Oh, look at this. This just had the wipe that was like male biased, but a work in progress with great potential. Wow. Wow. But like I said, I love you guys. I want you guys to be safe out there, especially to the black women out there. Go out there, get your license to carry. We got Pink. I think she was actually in here earlier on. If I didn't say anything to you, my bad. Love you. I see you out here. Uh, Pink, Miss Sherry. I'm sorry, Charlene. Um, and I think a few other of my moderators, they went out there, got their license to carry. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm happy that you guys are on it and you understand, exactly what it is and what's been going on out here. Like I said, I care about y'all. I never want to do a story about y'all, anything like that. I want y'all to stay safe. Always value your life, because you got a lot of individuals out here that don't value you. So you gotta take the necessary actions. Brick said, I've been subscribed for quite a while, but it's my first time catching a live stream. Keep up the good work, bro. Hey, much love, respect, and appreciation. Set apart said, hey, Seji, stop hating women, bro. I get that a lot, man. I get that a lot. Um, H said, peace, Seji, love and blessings to you, fam. Please don't stop being our B1 News reporter. No, I won't. It's you get into certain moods like sometimes, but it's something that you set out to do, and you gotta keep doing it. You gotta see it through. You gotta see it to the end. DB said, hello, yo, what is up? What is up? What is up? Pink said, about to go play Dead Space. Well, I will hold a Twitch screen open because I'm not sure if I'm going to play something on my computer or on console. So usually you stream, so I'll pretty much be watching you play some Dead Space and making fun of you if you die, because y'all always made fun of me, especially what was it? Tippy, Gail. Um, it was a few of y'all. Kia, a lot of y'all was sitting up there making fun of me when I was dying in Call of Duty. I'm like, all right, I got y'all. That's cool. I'm going to see y'all out here in these streets, in these gaming streets. I'm going to see y'all die. It's all right. You're going to turn around that corner and some type of monster is just going to snatch you up, and you're going to have to restart for the 18th time. It's cool. Set apart said, love you, bro. Real talk. Love you too, man. Much love, respect, and appreciation, man, to you and yours. Like I said, stay safe out here. Tippy said, I got love for good black men who don't. Tippy said, horror game, when and what time? Pink, she normally streams on Twitch. If she has her link, she can drop it, and people can go over there and watch her play. Sometimes she talks. Mostly she's she's silent. But if she gets like real frustrated and angry, you'll hear her sit up there and talk sometimes. Which is funny. So I'm not. Hey, Didi, what is up? What is up? See, this is what I'm talking about. As soon as I'm in the live streams, this is when everybody rolls up. This is when everybody rolls up. That's the thing. That's why I used to always do the live streams for like maybe about like 5, like 10 hours or whatever. So I can at least be sure at some certain point in time somebody's gonna catch it. Because YouTube don't be putting out the notifications. Like I said, I'm shocked that the viewership actually stayed to the amount that it was. I think the highest that we got to, I think might have been about like 70. It's crazy. Timmy said, don't end it. Ma'am, I have to. I've been up here technically like editing and recording and reading, so I'm going to sit up there and take a break from YouTube. We got to do that. Got to do that. And then I'm going to do it as well because I wouldn't be on here in a sense. And then this is when you would have the random bots deciding that they wanted to roll up and they want to start, leaving links and stuff like that. We can't be doing that. Wait, Brit said 57. Wait, I'm lost. Oh, on your end it said 57. On my end it said about 70. It was about 70 on my end. Let me see, viewer activity. Well, I guess it's only for like the super chat. What's the name? Current viewers. Views. Chat rate. Yeah, it's not really giving me the numbers that I'm looking for. Says you what you eat today. I had a gyro. I had a gyro from like yesterday. I'm probably about to get some other food. Probably order from somewhere. Might do like pizza, something like that, because I've had like burgers and gyros for quite a bit of time. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Yeah, Pink said my power tool gets registered on Wednesday. Hey, congratulations. Let me put that up there. See, that's the stuff that makes like everything like worth doing, when it's like you can talk, and you got some people that happen to like hear you, and and you see stuff like actually like transpiring and things like that. That's dope. That's the type of stuff that that keeps me like going when it comes to like either doing like the live streams talking about like certain topics, or maybe the stories that I cover, and the things that I say. That's the type of stuff that in a sense really makes it worth it. Britt said breathe. um Wait, are you saying I'm not breathing? um Let me see. um Tippy said, well, black women, we got to be strong and masculine since those black feminists ruined it for all of us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I can post that one. See, yeah, I can. That's in a sense what feminism has, in a sense, done. It's done that. It's enabled that to be a thing, and then it's went so far as into now affecting like the young black women that are out here. Like they're in high school, and they already have this type of like attitude, and and stuff like that. Oh, I see. It's like it's just delayed. Matter of fact, let me just go to Twitch real quick. Technically, I was supposed to upload this video and send y'all the link, and I didn't do it. I kind of messed up right there. Um, well, I like how I wasn't even logged in. What in the world? I was wondering how come I couldn't see like the people that I follow. Because I normally got y'all directly on the side, so now I gotta actually. All right, let me see. Where are you located? Um, I think. Um, okay, yeah, now I got you. So if people are interested, to see the lady stream, that is her. That's her Twitch channel, right there. Um, Let me see. Uh, Nigga said black men will still lust over white people even in the LGBT. Let cops be aggressive because it is black men killing. What? Think no problem. I'm not even sure where you even came from. If you are clear cut a fan of hers, I'm not even sure why you even here because I don't even have anything that you even talk about realistically. So let me also help you real quick. That's what we're gonna do right there. We're gonna hit the hot block button. So I don't know, but they got blocked real quick because we're not doing that. You wanted to try to roll up and swap the topic. You want to try to change the conversation. Yeah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Like I said, whatever hate that you got for black men, go handle that with your father. Go handle that with your uncle. Go handle that with your grandfather. Go handle that with Jesus. Go handle that with the black man in your neighborhood. Go handle that with the black men that enabled you to be the person that you are at this moment in time. I'm not about to have you rolling up here trying to talk real slick about a dude who literally lost his life, and we all seen it take place. Whatever. Like I said, it's crazy. We ain't doing that. So good luck on that. Good luck. Good luck. Like craziness. Britt said black women need to see other happily married black women. Yeah, that's true. That's true. She broke a bottle. Wait, matter of fact, hold the. You ain't a moderator. Hold on. Some of y'all been here for a minute. Hold up. Yo, cross-eye. Yo, what is up? What is up? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening in these streets? What is up? Timothy said what was said. It was just somebody. It was a troll trying to roll up in here saying that they were a fan of like Cynthia G or whatever. I'm like, it is what it is. That's cool. You're a fan of hers. You know, you like her content. That's all right. But it ain't nothing over here for you then. Like I said, I'm a black man at the end of the day. That's the same individual that said that black men need to be exterminated. We don't need to have no conversations. You don't need to be directly over here. Go, watch her content. Go enjoy her content. Go to, her Patreon and all the other social media platforms that she has, and the other women that she's linked up to. That is your community. That is where you belong. I don't got nothing over here for you. Right? Like I said, I love black people in general. Regardless of the stuff that black women do, I still love black women. Like I said, obviously that individual that wanted to show up ain't about that life. They don't have that type of discernment. They can't see past their own emotions in order to, you know, seek positivity or a happy medium. I don't got time for that. Pink said my husband said I should do a video game on the process. It literally took 2 years. Oh, yeah. You can do that. Yeah. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. That would be dope. Like doing like, looking at the research and looking at how it explains people. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be a dope video. Like I said, if you are really about that video game life and you want to do like a video game channel, you could do it. You could easily do it. Video game channels, they do make money and they do get sponsorship. Like I said, it's a very specific niche and people do get sponsorships. I've seen some of these sponsorships, like what was it? Depending on the channel, if you ever seen a video that showed up on somebody's, what's the name? It was like Raid Shadow Legends. They would sit up there and give you, what was it? I think about like, depending on the channel, you might get like 200 for like a sponsored video. If your channel is like bigger, that could be even more money just for one video, just for you doing a short 60-minute clip talking about Raid Shadow Legend. That's why you saw it all over YouTube, because they were already getting a lot of money. So they had a lot of money to throw around. So they were gonna spend it. So, like I said, go for it. Go for it. Pagani said, I appreciate that. Yo, I could have sworn I had you as a moderator up here. I swear to goodness. Because I'm looking at some of y'all, I'm like, yo, I know I had some of y'all names blue before. I know I had some of y'all blue. And if not, it was more than likely it was about time. So, but no problem. I got you. I got you. Timothy said, hey, like I said, you know what? It is what it is. Whatever her beliefs are, those are her beliefs. Hurt people hurt people. A lot of people have relationships that they regret, that they wish that they could fix, that they don't know how to fix, that they don't even want to go back and even try to rectify or, go back into, just so that they can get that clarity in that breathing room so that they can evolve into a better person. Because I saw how a lot of these black women, how their platform started off, and it started off as something positive, and then it just went somewhere else. So it is what it is. Cross, I said, doing mandatory fire drills at work, and these young women not complying. This is very serious, and parents complaining and not taking it serious. We need more respect. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's a work in progress, man. IMV said they took her girl channel down for stuff she did. Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Tim said, "I'm not tripping about being a mod. I work too much." No, it's like some of the people that, in a sense, I've gotten a chance to, like talk to and knowing stuff like that. I'm like, I got you. It's like, I get a sense, of who the person is. So I feel like people are responsible. It helps out. Every now and again. Because there used to be some times where I would get some real trollish type stuff to come through in the comment sections and underneath videos, and it was like, yeah, I can't really see it all the time because I'm just pushing out videos. Like that's all I'm like literally focused on: video, 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 and live streams. So uh Tim said, I'm good on being an honorary mod. Well, you got a honorary, non-honorary title. If that is how you want it to be, no problem. You are still a mod in a sense. You know. I think I've heard some people actually say that too. It's like, yeah, I'm cool. I've had some people say like, yeah, I ain't even trying to be a mod or nothing like that, but I support the channel. I mean, I get it. I get it. I just do it because that's in a sense a way of me, trying to convey, like a thank you for, being here, so long, and, staying with the channel, and different things like that. So, you know, um, fires double every 30. I guess that's like seconds or whatnot, I think. Um, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna leave off with that message right there from the good man right there. We're gonna leave off with that message. And what I'm going to do is what I said that I was supposed to do, which is dun, 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 that I'm going to go figure out what I'm going to eat and things of that nature. Um, Cross said, check your smoke alarms in the spring and fall. That's facts. That is facts. Also, don't forget about those carbon monoxide readers as well too. That's another thing people sleep on too. Those carbon monoxide readers, because we had that in my grandmother's house. We had the smoke detectors, then we had the one for carbon monoxide as well. IMV said, don't feel sorry for no black women who talk down on black men or boys when their channels is taken down. Hey, it is what oh, that's what it's called. Thank you. A CO alarm. Thank you. Timothy said, if it'll boost you in any way, go ahead. But if it doesn't give you any benefits, no need. I mean, I wish it did boost. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. At certain points, if notifications go out properly, you will actually see in some instances nothing but like moderators in here. I've had that instance happen where it was like all you saw was like blue names. And I was like, oh, we got the army today. I feel at the point of Professor X, I pity the poor soul who comes to my doorstep looking for trouble. Because we had instances where trolls would come in and everybody was like, it was a race to see who can block them the quickest. Ah, I think I was successful one good time. Everybody else was just like catching it before I did. I'm like, am I on a laggy connection? Like, is this poor frame rates? I'm like, yo, what is going on? Tippy said, LOL, beep beep. Oh my God, look at this. Timothy said, I'm a trucker. A carbon alarm is more beneficial than a fire alarm. Oh, I didn't even know y'all had those in trucks. That's crazy. Matter of fact, that should, you know what? Hmm. Hmm. It's interesting. CO alarms are mandatory in most rentals. Also, local fire departments give them away. As a matter of fact, do we even have one? I'm not even sure if we have one. I know, I mean, or maybe there might be two in one. I'm not sure, but I know we got smoke detectors. We got what? Is it two downstairs? Let me see. One, two, three, four, five. We might have like 7 to 8 I think like smoke detectors in this place. Britt said, don't forget, put out forest fires. Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. That's the guy right there. We need forest management. Yeah, that's true. Timothy said they're not standard issued by companies, but they need to be. Yeah, I believe you. Cross said you know, 24 years professional firefighter. Hey, this man is out here in these streets. Also, to mention that Cross is within the name. If you look, it says farms because the brother does have a farm of which everything that he basically makes and produces, he sells that. Him and his family run their own farm, which they got eggs, right? They got their own livestock and everything, and they also distribute their eggs, on the market as well. So, just saying that's cold right there. That's dope. That's deep. Let me let you know something that's deep. Like I said, one of these days, when I happen to get some money, I'm gonna be like Cross and his family. I'm gonna be out here, have a nice little farm, have me a little chicken coop, have some hens in there, be dishing out some eggs. Oh, yo, Cross. Just to let you know, um, I'm not sure if you're aware, but a lot of the people out here who are farmers, they're having issues with the feed that they're giving their chickens. And the feed that they're giving their chickens have been causing issues. And a lot of those farmers have had to change over their feed in order to get their chickens to start producing eggs again. So you might want to look at that and check into that as well, just in case if you've seen any problems or any issues. Any wrestling fans? Royal Rumble is tonight. Oh snap! I ain't seen Royal Rumble in years. Yo, was somebody shoveling? It ain't even snow outside. What are we doing? What is happening in these streets? Sound crazy outside. Um, Let me see. Does anybody know of any Black Forest Rangers? Nope, nope. Uh, Cross said all good. All right. That's good. That's good. So yeah, be on the lookout for that because I've been seeing a lot of videos, especially on TikTok. And I think one dude, I think he was reporting on it, but for whatever reason, I think like the videos were getting taken down or something, which is crazy. Like I said, it's like I said, some crazy stuff out here. Just let you know, just because I know you're a farmer and whatnot. You know, like I said, much love and appreciation. That we are now down to about 28 people. People are starting to go out there and rest and do the things that they want to do. Like I said, I love these conversations. I love where the conversations lead to. This is technically conversations I do in everyday life where we are on one subject and then we'll go through like 22 to 21 or 50, different things. Um, oh, that's a good point. Hold on. Let me highlight that. I'll leave off on that one. IMV said, Black women, if you're having a child or children, make sure your midwife or doctor looks like you for better care. That's facts. That's facts. Timothy said, gotta grab my strap, gotta walk my dog. All right, brother, stay safe. Stay safe out there. Cross said, grow food even on your front porch, and have chickens in your backyard. These are bars because it's getting to those times where we got to learn how to do stuff specifically for ourselves in order to alleviate any type of pain or hardships at the market. Tippy said, Peace, Seji. I gotta go. Love you. Peace, chat. Stay blessed and mentally calm. Stay positive. Will do. Cross Eyes said, invest in food, not nails or eyelashes. These are bars. And he said, peace, everyone. So again, peace, love, and hair grease. Love you all. I'll probably be sliding directly over to Pinky's stream whenever she happens to start it, because she didn't start it yet. So I'll do that and probably, be looking for some food and figuring out what I am going to eat. So again, many blessings, much love and appreciation. And stay tuned for the next random live stream.